I don't know what to say, to be honest. I really don't know what to say after that game. I really don't. But anyway, I'm going to bring the lads on here. I'm going to bring Darrell on straight away and Lee. All right, lads.
All right.
Hi, guys.
What do you think?
I'm not that bothered, mate. Honest to God, we've lost to United before and in the Cup and have been bothered. But this year, we've got bigger fish to fry. I didn't want it to happen. I didn't want us to lose. And the way we lost was shocking. Them last 2 goals we gave away stunk the place out. Especially their third one. That one stunk. But it was Nunes one. It was poor old Darwin. And, you know, he did play well. But look, we got bigger fish to fry, and them fish are called the Premier League and the Europa League.
Okay. We'll be talking about that later on, Lee. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Darrell, how are you feeling?
Not like Lee. I'm more disappointed in the way we played, and I don't know. Man United seemed to be more up for the fight than what we were. I personally think
it was their season. That was their season, wasn't it?
Okay, all right. I'm bringing the new lads in, and I want you to welcome this lads. It's Steve. Okay. Are you Steve?
Hi guys, how you doing?
Oh, Steve.
How you doing? Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you, buddy.
Yeah, and you. Yeah, look, he's got up again.
No. Bloody hell, the way you go off every time I move, I'm just getting things.
But you're like a jack in the box, Lee.
Just trying to get the height of the camera wrong, right.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Have we got all the lighting all fixed and everything else? You know, is the lighting, hitting the right size?
Yeah. I've got it sorted. I'm having a female guest round, aren't I? So I'm going to get the lighting all better later. I'm only joking.
I bet you are Sly Boots. I bet you are. Anyway, listen, boys. I want to start off, and I'll start with Darrell, then I'll go to Steve, then I'll go to you, Lee. Okay. Now, I just want marks out of 10. I'm going to go through the team, but I just want marks out of 10 for Kelleher. Darrell.
8, I think. 8.
Okay. Steve.
I'll go 7.5.
Okay. Lee.
7. Thought he could have done better on a couple of things there. Thought he could have kept.
I agree.
Hang on a second. What we'll do, we'll just go through the team, right? That started. And then we'll talk about them. But I also want marks out of 10 for Klopp as well. I want marks out of 10 for substitution. So let's go through that. Then we'll discuss the game. Is that okay? Because now we've got a break, haven't we? We've got a break coming up. So we'll be talking about that as well. Okay, Joe Gomez, Darrell.
5.
Stay.
Yeah, 5. 5 for me.
Okay, Lee.
Yeah, I'm not going to break the habit there with the guys. We're going for that 5, yeah.
Okay, Kwanzaa.
6.
Steve.
I'll go 7 for Kwanzaa.
Lee.
7.
Virgil, Darrell.
7.
Steve.
7.
Lee.
Yeah, 7.
It's terrible, isn't it? Robbo, Darrell.
7.
Steve.
6.
Lee.
7.
Okay. Midfield. Enzo, Darrell.
Quite a game today. 7.
Steve.
Yeah, 7 for me too. Yeah, 7.
Lee.
Yeah, 7. 7.
Okay. Szoboszlai, Darrell.
7.
Steve?
Yeah, I'll go 7 too. Yeah, 7.
See how difficult it is,
Yeah.
when you try and put that, out of 10, and you don't want to like try and make a mistake and be too over generous, if you know what I mean, or less generous, if so it is difficult. Lee, supposedly.
I'm wanting to go either side of 7, but I can't because he wasn't as bad as a 6 and not as good as an 8. So it's another 7. Yet again, we all almost agree here. It was one of them games where it's hard to do that, to give someone an 8 or a 6. It was quite 7-y all over.
No, Lee, that was my point. You see, that was my point. Okay, Daryl McAllister.
One of our best players on the pitch. 8 for me.
Steve.
Yeah, 8 for me.
Lee.
Yeah, I thought he was good. Yeah, I thought he looked good. He's looked so good lately, hasn't he, the lad? He just looks, when he's on the half turn and the way he muscles in and just takes it off people. Now he's not playing the 6 and he's playing the 8. It just gives us that little bit more edge, doesn't it, in midfield, having Mac there in the 8. I'm loving it.
There's Jamie there. Look, Jamie Phillips. Hey, Jamie. I bet you. I'd love to have him on, but I can't send a link. I can't send I don't know where JK is. JK must be in a balloon somewhere. Anyway, I can't send a link. Honest to God, I wish I could, because I'd love his rant. I'd love his rant, Jamie's rant. I really would. And even TW, embarrassing performance. Gonna take me a while to get over this effort. No leadership. Good point. Bad evening, everyone. Yeah, Jamie gives Mac a 7. See how it fluctuates. Now I'm going to the forwards. Daryl, I'm going to start off now with Mo.
A tricky one. I think he lacked a bit of pace today. Didn't want to run in case he got injured. 6.5.
Go ahead, Steve.
I think he looked a bit tired. Obviously, he's just come back from an injury as well. So I think the decision making was a bit off. So I'll go for a 6.
Lee.
I gave him another 7.
Okay. Daryl. Darwin.
6.
6. Okay, Steve.
Yeah, 6.
Lee.
I give him 7.
And last but not least, Diaz. Daryl.
The same with Maka. One of the 2 best players on the pitch was Maka and Diaz. 8 for Diaz.
Steve.
Yeah, I thought Diaz was brilliant today again. So I'll go for an 8.
Okay. Lee.
I'll give Luke Jones 7. I'm just going to keep going 7 here. Just sounds right to me.
Let's see what Jamie says first. Now he gives Salah a 6. Jamie, he gives him a 6. So we're all in tune with what these things are. And Gary Rigby, evening guys. Total fluke on United part. Liverpool are still a better team and would have won at Anfield. And LFCR, and he's pulling no punches here, boys. Well, I blame our forwards.
Yeah, but it was the ball, wasn't it? It was the final ball all the time was killing us. We could have went 2 in front so many times when we were 2-1 up, when we were 3-2 up. The final ball.
We're going to discuss all this. Yeah. I just want to go through some of the lads have been waiting to, comment. Youssef, Youssef says, what the hell was Darman thinking playing that pass for their third goal? Ian McHale, our opportunity to finish that game off was at 2-1. We had United on the rack because of our own poor finishing or final pass. We kept United in the game. We were our own worst enemy today. And roll me one Kenobi. The Real Madrid fan. And he says, I feel your pain, but as a Real Madrid fan, I'm so happy for our former soldiers, Casemiro and Varane. Oh, behave yourself, roll me one. I don't. Anyway, I blame Salah, says Bonkers. Blame Salah for at least one goal. Youssef, I don't understand why Mo got subbed off at 2-1. You know, these are hard days, lads. Gave United some of those goals on a silver platter, says Youssef. Salah 5 TW, Youssef. Again. What are your thoughts on Gakpo? Don't be saying anything. We'll be coming to that. My patience is starting to wear thin. TW. Gakpo 2. Okay. Elliot 3. Nunes 5. Okay, so I'll go on about a lot to talk about, or out of 10 for our great sub Gakpo. Darryl.
2.
Steve. I can't hear you.
No.
I'm on mute. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, it's all right.
I'll give him a 1, but it might be a bit harsh, so I'll give him a 2.
Okay, no, that's cool. Just give us what you need. And Lee.
I'm a bit unsure what's happening here. Haven't we already give everyone the scores?
No, we're giving Gakpo.
Oh, Gakpo. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'll give Gakpo a 5. I'll change the 7. Can I just
Gakpo
say?
5 from 7. Okay.
Well, I've seen all of Gakpo's performance because he come on as a sub, whereas I missed most of the first half. In fact, nearly all the first half. So I was reticent to say too much about the marks because I only saw the second half and the injury time.
But as TW says, sorry for that, but I'm not having this performance today. And this is the way we all feel. It's not so much of getting beat. If we were playing anybody else, and I mean anybody, including City, anybody else, I don't think it would hurt us so much, if you know what I mean. And that's a big United. I'm going to say this now as well. When was the last time United scored 4? When was the last time we conceded 4? I'll go to you, Steve. He mutes himself.
You mate.
Yeah, it's my touch screen, sorry. Against us or against someone else?
Anyone.
Oh, 4.
It was in the pandemic.
No.
Pandemic.
Okay.
City.
Oh yeah, it was it was against us, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is this season.
Oh, this season. Oh no, can't. I don't know.
Okay, Darryl.
We've only conceded 3 goals against Fulham. That's it this season.
Yeah, Lee.
Yeah, I was massively shocked, mate. I mean, to concede 4 against them. When did they score 4? I mean, I could see them scoring today, but like once, twice at the most. To let them score 4 times, a team that's shockingly bad, whether they were on their own pitch or not, was just not right, was it? Wasn't right or proper to concede 4 against a team that bad and that out of form.
Well, Youssef says we always play like this at Old Trafford. Cares football ground for us, right? And he carries on by saying, last time we conceded 4 must have been against City last season. We haven't conceded 4 in a game this season. Now, that's the problem. That's the problem with us. And I'm going to go on now about, I'm going to start with you, Lee. I'm going to go on about the subs and Klopp's performance. How many, first and foremost, how many would you give him out of 10? Klopp.
5. 5
Okay.
for that. It's such a rubbish performance. That's all you can have is a 5 for today.
Okay, Steve.
Yeah, 5. Give Klopp a 5.
Okay. Darryl.
Yeah, I agree. A 5.
All right. So the substitutions, people were saying, and I said it myself, when he substituted Mo, you never ever substitute Mo unless he's got a broken leg, because Mo Salah can score at any time, any minute of the game, any time, if you know what I mean. And he substituted him. I thought that was wrong. What do you think, Steve, of the substitutions all round?
I didn't think most would have come off really. He did look a bit tired now and again, but he's one of these players who will be out the game. So all of a sudden, he'll just pop up with a goal out of nowhere. Elliott came on. He tried the pressing. He just looked tired. Some of the players just looked tired. Gakpo come on, didn't really do a lot. His decision making was all over the place. His pressing was completely off. So yeah, just looked fatigued. Just the decision making, the complacency. Apart from Diaz with the front three, there wasn't really any threat really for me.
Okay, Lee.
Yeah, I think subbing Salah and Diaz was a mistake. We should have just left our forwards on. We're having a break now. All right, they've got to play. Is it 2 international games they've got to play in the next fortnight? Well, they've been playing 4 games a fortnight, haven't they, recently? A lot of these players for us twice a week. So they're only going to have 2 games. So why did Mo and Diaz have to go off?
I think his substitutions were dreadful. Diaz, he was causing havoc. He should have left the forwards on. He should have done. And as you said, Lee, it's break time. They're going to have a rest. And do you reckon, says Youssef, he took Mo off because he was fasting? It's the only logical reason I can come up with. So you see, people are, the fans, you, I, and everybody else, are a little upset that he was substituted. And Diaz, as I said, he was, he's always a constant threat, a constant danger, and he's still got the speed. Now, I'm going here to what this fella's saying, and I said exactly the same to myself, because I was only sitting on my own, holding my own hand. Ian McHale says, we had Dan's on the bench as well. Shocking he wasn't even brought on. Okay, I'll go to you, Darryl. What do you think of that comment by Ian?
To be fair, I think that's a valid, good comment by Ian, to be honest. I would have bought Dan's on. I wouldn't have bought Gakpo on because he's a lot quicker. He'll be running more than Gakpo. And why I don't understand why any of the midfield come off, especially Szoboszlai. I didn't get why he'd come off. He was perfectly fine. So for me, the game changed when Szoboszlai and Robbo came off and he bought Bradley, because Bradley didn't look at it against Garnacho. Garnacho was doing him a lot, and we should have kept it the same shape as it was, because it was working.
Yeah, no matter how you look at it, it was working. So you're right there, Darryl. What about you, Steve?
To be fair, I thought Dan's would have come on, I'd say, towards 10 minutes towards the end, just to give that bit more of energy. I know Darwin, he's constantly on the go, but I think Darwin looked really off it today. And I was surprised Dan's didn't come on in the second half, especially up the last 10 minutes, just to give that bit more energy, bit more youth, bit more fearless, basically.
What about you, Lee? About Dan's. Do you think? I'm being honest. I really thought that I was expecting him to come on, because he's brilliant, the kid, and he's an unknown quantity, especially to that Manchester United defence. Man United defence are awful.
Yeah.
Awful. And the chances that we created. And as Peter Davis says, we never went for the throat. We were too complacent. Too complacent. I totally agree with that. I like these comments, by the way, coming in. Evening, gents. The last time Liverpool lost 4-3 in the FA Cup, we won the league that season in 1990. Is that an omen? If you believe in omens, that could be a good omen. But I think now we'll talk about the game. Not all of the game, because it's best to get it out of the way. And as as Jay says, friend of mine, on top, stupid subs. On top, stupid tubs. And as Yusuf says, I hate the fact that we have to go there again. Yes, so do I. But I'd rather lose today, not being funny. The Premiership is what I'm after. The Premiership. I think we can sew up the Europa League. I think we can sew that up. But what got me about today, and I go back to what Peter Davis says about the complacency. We played City off the park last week, didn't we? Then we played Prague off the park. We just took it easy. We just rolled them over. And today, I really thought, when I seen the lineup, I thought, strong enough. Defence is strong enough. Kelleher's in form. The big Verge's in form. That young Kwanzaa. This is why I always, no matter how you look at Kwanzaa, great prospect. He'll be playing for Liverpool. He'll be getting picked like Virgil and whoever, first name on the team sheet. But I'd rather have Konate there with Virgil to give it that extra strength. This is just me saying that. I'm not picking on young Kwanzaa, but it gives that. Their first goal. I'll go to you, Steve. Can you remember their first goal?
Yeah.
What did you think?
To be fair, I think we could have defended it much better. I think if someone like Konate there, there'd have been a bit more experience. Kwanzaa's young at the end of the day, and he's going to make mistakes. And but I think most of the goals that they, all the goals they scored was avoidable.
Every one of them, but
Yeah.
the first one that gave them the impetus.
Yeah.
That gave them the impetus to go on, got the crowds up and everything.
It just gave them confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was a shocking giveaway. And they were ball watching.
Yeah.
They were ball watching. Even
just
when
switching
they
on
were
complacency.
But yeah, well, even when they were taking the free kick, that led up to the goal, I thought, jump in, let's get our defence back organised. And no one went forward to, spoil the actual free kick. And that's what led to it. And Kwanzaa, he was just standing there ball watching. I couldn't believe that. Ball watching.
Mm.
And I tell you what, I know that we all love McAllister, but he's got no pace, the lad. He's got he more like I'm talking about the first half. He gave a little, what I call a deft pass, and they got it and just shot forwards with it. And they never scored from it, and he was trying to get back, and he's got no pace whatsoever. No pace, and he more or less gave up. But anyway, nothing came of it, thank God. But every single attack, says Yusuf, they had was going through Gomez's side. They were just hoofing it to Rashford every time. Okay. And that's the point. I'm being honest, I thought Joe would take care of Rashford. I really did. Because he's been playing so well. He's quick. And what do you think, Lee?
Yeah, I thought Garnacho was the most dangerous player. Every time he got it, I was worried, Wouldn't say I was having kittens, but every time he got it, wide left or whatever he was, on the pitch, he looked dangerous, didn't he? He can turn quickly, Garnacho, and beat people, he can get away from people and get that cross in with his left foot, which is something I'd like to see Diaz do more on that side, because he's also right-footed like Garnacho. I'd like him to go to the line on his left foot more, the way Garnacho does, and squeeze one in. Because Lucho doesn't do that enough for me. There's not enough variation with Lucho. When he gets it, he comes inside way too many times. He's got to keep the defender guessing a bit more and take him on the left more often, so the defender isn't always 100% sure that he'll cut back inside.
Okay, Jay says, why would you take off Robbo for Tsimikas? First thing Tsimikas did was hug and kiss and offer his hand for his first foul. Robbo would have put him into row Z on the second challenge. See, and I'll just go straight. All right, let's go through these. There's only 3 here. Why did he not trust Bradley, says Soulboy, to start as well? Okay, we'll talk about that. How did we let, says Bonkers, £100 million Anthony shine when he came on? Yep. And he did as well. And we allowed it. Sunday League Football Klopp rating 3. 3. I'm going to go back to what Soulboy said. Go back to that. Why did he not trust Bradley to start off with? Lee, go ahead.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to see Joe at right back for the change, maybe. He thought, I'll play Joe today. But I wouldn't have, basically. I'd have played Joe at centre half. I've been saying that for a couple of weeks. I'd like to see him with Virgil again a few times, because he's experienced in that role of playing next to Virgil on the right. Look, Giroud's getting good experience, but he is still inexperienced. And that ball watching, what you mentioned, Frank, that was a big part of it, wasn't it, for the first goal? And he's getting invaluable experience, but we were at home against City, away to United. I felt maybe Gomez should have played with Virgil and Bradley played. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to see with City, ironically, as well.
Okay. What about you, Steve? What do you think of that quote there or comment? I love Klopp, but he needs to put his hands up today.
Yeah, I can see the point. The substitutions was a bit, I won't. Even though I did say previously that Salah looked tired, I also did say that he could be out the game, and within a split second he can come up with a goal, an important goal as well. I was going back to Bradley. How many games has he actually played? Because in a row, he's played quite a few, hasn't he? So perhaps he was just a rest, sort of like give him a bit of time off and give him a bit of energy, towards the end of the game. But Klopp sometimes does this, don't he? He sometimes makes really strange substitutions, but he also makes some really good substitutions. What's actually won us games. So it's one of them.
I understand that. But don't forget that young Bradley, he's got all the energy in the world. He can play tomorrow night as well.
Do you think that's why he put him on towards the end of the game? Just to get a bit more energy?
Yeah. No, I understand that as well. But I would have just threw him there. I would have just threw him right in at the deep end at the beginning of the match. I would have started him, to be honest. And as Lee said, he preferred that Joe Gomez partnered. Don't forget, a couple of years ago, remember when we were all drooling over Verge and Joe as a great partnership before Canete came along and he got injured, didn't he? Joe, he got injured. But we were all drooling, and I wouldn't have minded of being centre half, or partner in Verge and keeping Bradley there. But that was the only surprise for me. But I still thought that it was strong enough to keep them at bay because they're awful. They are awful.
That team Klopp put out today, that comfortably should have beaten Man United today. Comfortably.
Yeah. Right, so I want you to comment on this, Darryl, and it's Ian McHale, and this kills me, it's so... That break on 78 minutes when we have 5 plays against 2 United defenders, shocking play from Gakpo and then Elliott. 5-on-2, exclamation marks. Darryl.
Yeah, as I said to you earlier, Frank, I think that kind of summed up our afternoon, that 5-on-2. Cody Gakpo, I don't know what he was doing, because if that was anybody else on that ball then, he would have slid the right pass in and we would have been 3-1 up at the time, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Or for the score, we would have been 3-1 up at the time. And you've got to look at him now and think how much more time has he got at Liverpool, because his decision making is just not up to it, really, is it? And let's be honest, and the whole game.
One of the lads, agrees with you, because he said, didn't he? He said, my patience is running out, or it's run out with Gakpo. And when you look at the goals he scored, he's in double figures. Well, I'm not being funny when I say this, but most of them have been tap-ins.
Europa League.
Sure, can't miss, if you know what I mean. Most of them. I don't know. I don't know whether I said it last week or whenever I said it, but if we're going to, have a little bit of a clear out in there this summer, I fancy Gakpo and Gravenberch to go. That's who I fancy. And, new players brought in. That's what I think might happen. Do you think, Lee, that Gakpo is at that level? Is at the level that we need?
Not currently, but I have still got faith in him. I'm not giving up on him like at the moment, because what I've seen so far, I think he could be a good player. He's just going through a dip in form, which all players do, all athletes do, whatever sport. Elliott, that break, why he didn't play it to whoever was on the left, and the ball was the first ball to whoever streaked past him on the right. He missed that one and then give it to Elliott, of all people, who always goes and comes inside on his left foot. All right, he scored a goal, but he's always doing that, and he did it for their winner with his left foot. And I've lost the ball, and then it was gone, and the game was gone. Yeah. He's the worst player to give it to in that position currently, Elliott, because we always know what he'll do.
Would you agree with this, Steve? Gomez hasn't been the same since he switched from left back.
Yeah, I think I agree with that, if I'm honest. I mean, I think Klopp's trying to make him as a versatile defender, so he could play centre back, right back, left back. But personally, I agree with what you said, Frank. I think it'd be nice to see him back next to Virgil, just to see if he's I mean, he's got the experience. So, I mean, that season with Virgil, when we was all raving about him, that wasn't that the title winning season.
Yeah,
it was, wasn't it?
Title winning season.
He was outstanding. And then he had the injury, and he has picked up a lot of injuries in his career already, hasn't he? So, he's also played DM as well, which I was shocked about previously in other games. But I'd like him back to see him back at centre back.
Okay. Well, anyway, Keep It Real says the last 3 games, Klopp has had a stinker with his subs.
I think Drunk Vigo made the best statement out of the whole night so far.
Well, what do you think of this, Sean? What do you think of this by Drunk Vigo? Klopp had... Excuse me, lads. Excuse me. Klopp played too many key players against Sparta.
Yeah.
What do you think? Anyone?
Definitely, Frank. For me, he went so strong against Prague, and I didn't see the need or the point to do that, because a lot of them players played today who started against Prague. I think the kid should have started against Prague, and then we went all out for today. Then coming into that international break, it was a big mistake playing them kid to play that side on Thursday. How strong he went.
Yeah. Okay. Well, as Yusuf says, stats don't always tell the full story about a player, but GIE says 5 on 2 is that in the stats that you can't find the right pass, and you see what he calls Gakpo. Peter Davis, we made the Manx look good today. That says a lot about our performance. We will have some more players back for the league game. Let's make it count, Redman. Absolutely. Now, keep it there. Here's Yusuf. Does anyone agree with this? Darryl, was Gakpo really much of an upgrade to Minamino?
I think Minamino was better, to be honest. Personally.
Lee, go ahead.
No, I don't think. I think Gakpo's been better than Minamino. He's a slightly different type of forward. No, I think he's better than him. But he ain't been playing well. We all know that. Elliott was useless when he come on. All he did was spaz up that good chance when we broke, and then lost us the game basically by doing the same bloody soft shoe shuffle and having the ball taken off him. He's another one who should sometimes go on his right foot if he can kick it with his right foot, that is, you know what I mean? He's always, okay, you come back in on your best foot more often than not, but just once in a while, Diaz or Elliott, and Mo as well, he's another bloody one. Go on your other foot sometimes and keep them guessing. It's so predictable.
Yeah. Yeah. This is not like the film and TV review show, is it?
I think people's forgetting as well. I mean, last season Gakpo had a really good season last season. He's going through a bit of a rut at the minute with his performances. He's played in a lot of positions as well. I don't think Klopp actually knows where to play him. I don't think they actually know where his best position is. He's played in the 8 role. He's played on the right and the left. He's played in the centre. I just don't think Klopp actually knows where to play him.
Well, CW says, not for me, Frank, it was a walk in the park. There you go. It was a walk in the park. But Jay says, when Jonas, well, it's Jota is fit, Gakpo is cleaning his boots. Soul boy. They needed the minutes against Sparta. Salah, Szoboszlai and Robbo still didn't look up to speed. Would you agree with that, Steve?
What was that? Sorry, Frank. What was that? Can you read that back out to me, mate?
Okay, no, I'll read it out again. About that 5-2 situation, 4 players was off. Hang on, am I reading the right one here? Right, I'm sorry, I wasn't reading the right one. And I was Soulboy Framble. I'll go to that, keep it real, right after. They need the minutes against Sparta. Salah, Szoboszlai and Robbo still didn't look up to speed. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean, against Sparta, the game was already won. He didn't need to play the other players, but obviously the likes of Salah, Szoboszlai, who was actually coming back from injury, given the minutes, take them off after, I don't know, 45. But the game was won, so he could have played. He could have played all the kids.
Yeah, he could have done, actually. Well, keep it real. Go to strip. Has Lee gone?
No, man.
Oh, right. Keep it real. I'll go to you then, Lee. Then to Daryl. About the 5-2 situation, 4 players was all on the right-hand side. Not one of them used their brains to go to the left to create space. Daryl.
Yeah, I agree with that. Keep it real, to be honest with you. 4 players did switch off to the right. Why didn't 2 of them try and be clever and come inside? And then Cody Gakpo could have carried on going, maybe then into the box and then slotting it in, make it hard for the defenders to move at the end of the day. Cody could have carried on going with that ball and 2 players could have switched into the central position. But it never happened.
Yeah. I'm going to go to this one here, but I will talk about the others, but I will put your comments up, boys. Darwin shouldn't have made that pass across the middle. Now, what are you told? Like, even at school, I remember a school teacher said, don't cross a park, just kick it up. Just kick it up. Never cross a ball across the park because they could get in. I always remember them saying that, and that's schoolboy stuff. So what do you think of that, Steve?
Just a basic error.
He's a professional footballer.
Just again, complacency. Just not doing the basics. He's a professional footballer, as you say.
Yeah.
He should be at that level now where he's making the right choices. I know everyone makes the wrong choice now and again, but when you're that part of the game in an important time of the game, you can't make any mistakes.
Yeah. Football intelligence in some of our players is terrible, says keep it real. And Harvey Elliott says Youssef is the most left-footed player I've seen since RJ Robin. That's a cracker, that. Bonkers. When we play United in the league, we hope to have Jota back. Well, he will be back, won't he? He will. He's right after the. He's after the Brighton game. He's after the Brighton game because Jota to me is a natural goal scorer.
He's the best finisher we've got.
Oh, he's unbelievable. Like, I'll go back to the City game last week. I'll go back to the City game. You take the Lucho's chances, those chances he had. You take the chances today. How many of them were the job to put away?
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
Well, okay, he would have put one or two away, wouldn't he? In each game. In each game. So, you know, I say it's not so much going out the cup. I'm not interested in the cup. Do you ever remember when Manchester United were playing? I think they were playing for they were playing in Japan. I'm going back to the 90s. They were playing in Japan in the Club World Cup thing, and they decided to come out of the FA Cup. From that day on, I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about anybody else. That undermined the FA Cup, and it's been like that ever since. The FA Cup we always look forward to. It was great, but when they did that, they undermined it, and it's never been the same since. I'm just saying that. That's my own opinion.
No, you're right.
Keep it real. I'm going to go to you, Lee, because you love Gakpo. Gakpo is not Liverpool level. Such a weird signing he was. Now, at the time that we signed him, I was screaming out for a midfielder. Screaming out for a midfielder. And when we brought him in, I just said, what for? Why didn't we get a midfielder, a decent midfielder? That's what I said at the time. Maybe psychologically, I've got something against him. I just don't know. I'll have to go and see a shrink. You don't know any shrinks, do you, Darryl?
No.
Do you think he was actually bought for the reason of Bobby Firmino leaving, to be that replacement?
To be honest, he was a Pep Linder's boy.
Yeah. Also, Manchester United was also close to signing him as well, wasn't they?
Yeah, they could have had him for me.
Afraid of.
Maybe he was a bit short. A couple of them, that fell to Anthony. Most probably he would have missed him if he would have been signed by them and he was playing, and we'd still be in the cup. But these are great comments, actually. Let me just get this. Just let me get this a minute. I'll go to the other two as well. Keep it real. Man United were awful today. Just went. Hang on. Just went. Is that right? Sounding right? Was even worse when they were there for the taking today. Thank you, Keep It Real, because they were there for the taking. They were. And that's without a shadow of a doubt. And as the drunk says, Salah only needs a 45 minutes against Sparta. That's what but he had to keep him on, didn't he? Because of young Bobby Clark. He got injured, he got a tap on the ankle.
Yeah.
Enzo shouldn't have played all against Sparta. At all against Sparta. It's only what you said, Steve. We could have played the whole of the kids. We could have played.
McConnell could have played that game. McConnell could have played instead of Endo.
But do you think that what we're doing is making excuses, or is a fair assessment of what we're talking about? What do you think, Lee? Is it fair assessment?
It was an abject performance. It was bloody abysmal, wasn't it, that performance? And theirs weren't much better. United, to be beat by such a poor team. I never thought we'd lose there today. I didn't see that one coming. I thought we might go to pens at the end, but we didn't. To lose it like in the last minute and just the way we did, Elliot, I could have picked him up and strangled him. I would have picked him up by that bloody fringe and then strangled him with the other arm.
I'll just cut his Kelleher off. Yeah.
Do you know what, though? Do you know what the way these... like Samson. Do you know the way they say at your feet's good? Sometimes it's good because it like gets you pumped up on that. But I think it'd be good from the point of view that they've got 2 weeks now, Pep and Jurgen, to look at that and go, Christ, we're awful. Look at this, look at that, look at this. They've got 2 weeks now to look at that lamentable performance and put things right when we're back in action against Brighton. And that's the way I'm looking at it. In fact, I was more hurt at the end from seeing that little Man United kid smiling in the crowd, the one who looked dead happy. The poor little thing was only about 7, and I thought, you little get, I want you to cry. I wasn't bothered about us going out. I was bothered about seeing their fans happy, and chiefly the little 7-year-old one who was going, I was like, what?
Yeah, I think.
Well, I remember being 7 and in the boys' pen, and I was like that kid.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Well, I nearly never got a telly left. I nearly put me foot straight through the telly.
I have, Frank, I have a big issue with one thing today. Is like, at the end of the day, we need to look at it and see this is a massive miss out to get to the semi-finals, because Man United ended up playing with Endo Fernandez and Christian Eriksen at centre-half in that game. Why we never played?
Does anybody see anything wrong with when we scored the offside goal or whatever it was?
Apparently, it was his shoulder. It was offside, wasn't it?
Who?
Offside, was it?
Yeah, offside. Yeah. I thought, this is not going to be one of these games again. And when we scored the second, in the first half, and they were going to VAR and everything else for either offside, the foul and everything. That Bruno, wouldn't you like? Wouldn't you like as a ball?
I reckon they discussed that one there. Like, they were like, should we let them have this one? Mo's second, so put it to, should we let them have this one? Because they were looking at that thing where, like, who was it? Was it Nunes or someone, or McAllister, like, touched dickhead, and he went, like he always does. But I mean, for them to even be looking at that, and you must have looked at it a few times because it took a while. And then when you're seeing it, you're like, what? You were looking at that, trying to rule it out for that. But when you're seeing what they ruled out Virgil's header for at Wembley, and then not giving us the pen against City, not giving us the pen against Arsenal, when both times we were the home team. I mean, City were the away team at Goodison, and they weren't getting that pen until they all started crying and haranguing the ref. And then it was immediately given because they harangued the ref and harassed them. But we don't do that, you know what I mean? We don't have a fit and attack the ref and start crying, you know what I mean?
Even Lee Dixon said on BBC One, Fernandez should have seen a yellow card, and he would have been sent off today. That tackle on McAllister. Should have went.
Yeah, no, you're right. As Paul Turner says, and it's the frustration, I think, of us all. It's Man United. That's who it is. We're frustrated because it's Man United. And as one of the lads said before, we've got bigger fish to fry. Of course we have. We're still going on two other fronts, the Europa League and the league. And we will play. Klopp will, what a saying of Klopp, he was fuming, wasn't he? And he won't have, he'll tear into them. He will tear into them, mark my words. For the Brighton game and the Man United game, because we've got to go up there, and it won't be that result today. It will not be.
Yeah, I think today will put us in good good stead for the return, for the main course, the one that we really want, the win that we really want there. I think today will put us in good stead. It'll give them a bit of confidence that they might come out and beat us. I don't want them to do that again. Oh, it's a league game. We don't have to attack, because they had to attack today, because you can't go through 0-0. You can't get nothing from a 0-0 in the FA Cup. So they had to attack. So I'm hoping that today gives them a bit of confidence. When we go back there, they'll go, yeah, we'll try and get them. And we'll just go, no, it's not happening this time. And we'll be on form. Our forwards and the balls will be in the right place, and our forwards will finish hopefully next time. And we'll waste them. We'll lay waste to that ground and its fan base.
Well, all right. As John Neal says, I'm just going to go for a quick drink. John Neal said, I want you to discuss this. Okay. I'll start with you, John, then Lee, then Daryl. I'll be back, before Daryl starts talking. Today showed what a folly it was playing full strength on Thursday in a dead rubber. Every sub today, detrimental. You'll never walk alone, says John Neal. Lee? Now, don't forget, it was a dead rubber. Even Steve said, why it was, we should have played all the kids. Now, I said, I'm being honest, I said, before the Sparta game, I said, we've got to throw in senior players with all the kids. But when I seen the team, I thought, that's a bit too strong, if you know what I mean. Even when we went a million goals up, you know what I mean, in the first 15 minutes, there's no way that they could come back, even if they would have took all our senior players off and threw all the kids on. Do you see what I mean? Go ahead there, Steve. I'm talking about John Neal's today show. What a folly it was playing full strength Thursday in a dead rubber. Every sub today, detrimental. You never walk alone. Go ahead, Steve.
Is McConnell actually registered playing Europa?
Right?
I think so, yeah. I think he is.
It's JK. It's JK.
JK, bro.
God blimey, you sneaked on, didn't you? I didn't even see you.
How's your Cody Gakpo getting on, JK?
He's all right, bro. He's asking for your number. He said he needs you to teach him something. Yeah, man.
Well, anyway, yeah, JK, we've got a new lad on there, Steve. I'd like you to welcome him.
You're right there, bro.
All right, mate. How you doing? All right.
All good, bro. All good. Could be better, but yeah.
Okay. Just before I go, I made up here then anyway, JK. Today showed, I want you to comment on this thing, then we'll just go with that. I'll go down to Steve, I'll go to the Daryl, and I'll end up with Lee. Right. Today showed what a folly it was playing full strength on Thursday in a dead rubber. Would you agree with that?
Looking at it now, 100%. I think certain players, Endo, for example, Gomez, Virgil, shouldn't have seen nothing on Thursday. I can understand Sabotsalai playing to get some freshness, get some fitness into his game, and also Salah and Darwin actually. But for me, Endo didn't need to play. Endo looked sort of sluggish today, and you could tell like maybe one game too many. Yeah, so for me, I think Klopp sort of got it wrong on Thursday. Yeah, we won 6-1, but we didn't really need to play them certain players. I think second half today. Normally we go into games where we're actually trailing at halftime. Klopp goes into the changing rooms, probably gives them a few slaps, and they come out fighting second half. I think this time we went in and we were leading 2-1. So maybe that team talk wasn't as, I wouldn't say aggressive, but as so full of energy for the players to actually do something. Second half we started okay. but I feel we allowed them guys to just get back into the game. We should have killed that game off. After it was 2-1, should have made it 3-1. We had a 5-on-2 situation. What did we do there? But as I said, we've got the Man United in the league game after Brighton and Sheffield United. So I'm just looking forward to that.
Well, as Alfred Ross says, as soon as I speak up for Gakpo, he lets me down. He lets everyone down. You're all right there. You're all right there, Alfred. You're all right there, mate.
Like that when you say a player never has a bad game, that they miss the consistency, and you go, "Oh, I've never seen him have a bad." The next game, they play turd.
Yeah,
It is like that. And sometimes, you speak too soon, don't you? Basically, is what it is.
That's the hype train, Lee. Hyping players sometimes, it isn't a good thing, Just let them play the game. Congratulate them if they do well. On to the next game, I think we sort of were overconfident going into this United game. A lot of fans saying we were going to win 4-5, 6-1. Even I said we're going to win 6-1. I think we weren't a bit too overconfident.
Yeah, we did this last time, didn't we? When we drew 0-0.
Yeah.
JK, I don't know whether Jamie Phillips is there. Can you get him on?
I haven't really got a link to him. I've got one for K-Mac.
Yeah. Is he there? I like that rant. We're two gentlemen, you say.
You can rant, bro. Go for it.
Absolutely.
It was Pink Boots' fault today. He never really did nothing when he came on.
Yeah.
I'd rather would have had you up front, JK.
I'm telling you the truth, bro. I would have done some damage today. No problem. No problem. It's Man United at Old Trafford. What else do you need to know?
They had
But would you agree?
Right up front.
But would you agree with Drunk Vega? I honestly think the team is tired.
Yeah.
Sluggish second half. That's why the comment before about did we need to play them guys on Thursday sort of made this game what happened today. That's the result of what Klopp did on Thursday. I think Klopp didn't need to play them guys. We looked sluggish second half.
Jay says the only saving grace if Arsenal meets City in the Champions League, then it will knock the stuffing out of them. And the Drunk says Diaz, Elliott, Enzo, and Virgil have played so much, or should that be too much? But they have actually. I was quite surprised, I'm being honest, against Sparta when Virgil came on. Was anybody else surprised at that? No. Okay. Did you hear what I said?
100%. Yeah. He didn't need to play.
Was anybody else surprised when Virgil came on against Sparta?
Yeah, definitely. 100%. Shouldn't have went nowhere near that game.
That's why I thought Darryl went to the game. I thought if we needed a centre-back, Darryl was there. We didn't need to bring Virgil on.
Oh my God! Don't get me wrong, JK. I was so happy when I was there when we played that team, but I was like, "What? We're 5-1 up. Why are we playing that lineup?"
The game was won. There's no need to. The game was already done.
Exactly. Weird one.
Well, Anfield Rowe, I think he comes out with a comment that it's more frustration than anything. When he says Elliott should have booted that, and Darwin with that awful decision, that's the crossfield. I can't say he did well today. It was like he was 20% today, and it's still there. I'm still there. And it was. Was anyone say that? We got beat 4-3, right? Does anyone say that they deserve to beat 4-3?
Nah. They had 2 patches of play. At the end of the first half, they had about a good 10 minutes. Second half as well.
What's that? What's that noise?
What's that?
It's cool.
Doing,
That's my brain.
JK?
That's my brain. Working overtime.
It's your brain.
It's a machine. It was a machine.
Oh, it's a
Scrambling it up.
machine. He's making coffee or something.
They
Anyway,
are.
the unfair Ross says also switching Gomez to the left was Lindsay's decision and bringing on Gakpo. Utter crap decision maker. I say Lindsay's won't be missed. I've said that for ages, to be honest. Anfield, I've said that all the time. And when people were saying, oh, do you think he could become our new manager? No.
And to all the deluded fan base who want Pep as a manager, I don't get it.
Oh yeah, look at that. Soulboy says, did you notice Gomez yellow for a high foot typical? Eh? So it's a foul then. Remember last week, boys?
Yeah.
Remember last week?
Look, it's all the time now, the inconsistency.
The Anfield thought, unfortunately, our midfield run out of steam today. So Bosley midfield isn't working for me. He is becoming a bit of a liability. His passing is awful, and he isn't driving from midfield. I'm going to go straight to you, Steve. Would you agree with that statement?
Again, he's not long coming back from an injury, so I think you need to give him a little bit more time. He started off the season really well, didn't he? So, and we was all saying he's the next Steven Gerrard and all that. So, I think he just needs a good run of games. He's the sort of player who needs momentum in games and performances.
Okay. What would you say to that, Darryl?
Do you know what, Frank? I completely agree with Anfield Raw. He's not. I don't think Dom is in that position because Dom's a winger. You can clearly see Dom's a winger, and even when Salah goes, if Salah goes in the summer, that could be the ideal position for Dom playing right wing because he's a winger, naturally a winger. He played there for his past 2 clubs as a winger, not where he is now.
He plays there for his national team as well, don't he? I'm sure he plays in the wing.
Yeah, winger.
Yeah.
Winger.
What would you say to that, Lee?
What formation to Hungary play for him to be a winger? Did he do a 4-4-2?
No. Just a comment, Lee. What Anfield Ross said. Thought, unfortunately, our midfield ran out of steam today. So Bosley in midfield isn't working for me. He is becoming a bit of a liability. His passing is awful, and he isn't driving from midfield.
Yeah, no, he's only just come back, hasn't he? So this is his second start, in a couple of months, isn't it? Yeah, I know what you mean. Does he fit Klopp's system, Klopp's midfield as an 8? I've not seen him play for the Nationals. I have. I've seen them play when they had a game that matters or something. Before we bought them, they played, was it Scotland or something, in the last Euros? I've seen him and he looked good. But I didn't really get a handle on where he was actually playing. If I'm honest, I wasn't looking that much because he weren't our player. So I wasn't like, where's he playing? I just watched him and I thought, oh, he looks good. He looks really good. And that was it. But, yeah, I don't know where he plays for his national team, so I can't say much about that.
Okay, what do you think, JK? That what Anfield Ross said?
Was he match fit today? He looked sort of lively the other day. He played okay. I think Elliott's been playing a lot of games, and Sabotsalai is just coming back from injury. Salah also, and also Darwin. So we had 3 guys coming back from injury, all starting today. Us fans were happy when we seen that lineup. Let's tell the truth, we were all like, yeah, good lineup. But I think Sabotsalai, He didn't really do too much in the game for me. I was sort of disappointed with him. Maybe burnt out as well a little bit as well. You know, he's never really done this much running in a season like he's done with us. It's a different sort of ball game. How he played at Leipzig. At Leipzig, he was more of an attacking sort of guy. At Liverpool, he's a grafter, run everywhere and get the ball type of guy. So it sort of had an effect on the guy.
All right. Well, TW says Jota was a big miss today. He would have killed the game.
Yeah.
I think we'd all agree on that. Because we
You would have killed the
mentioned
game against City as well.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Because we mentioned
Also,
it
going
before.
back, even going back to the cup final, I think he would have got a couple in that game as well.
Yeah.
Even was massive today because he would have put Rashford on his ass. Kanate would have put Rashford on his ass today.
Yeah, we missed him, Darryl, 100%.
Yeah, big time.
Even though Kwanzaa played okay in parts, he did some great stuff, Kwanzaa. But I don't know. I think today was an aggressive game.
Yeah.
That we needed some aggression, you know. We lacked that in the second half. That little bit of it's Liverpool against Man United. Let's win this, you know.
Three defenders on Anthony. Come on, we should have dealt with that.
Oh yeah.
We let him score. Come on.
Oh, no, that the one where they equalised to make it 2-2. I mean, we had about 1 million defenders and 1 million midfielders round all their players. It was like one of them and 1 million of us in midfield, and somehow it fell lucky for them. All right, we got 2 deflections from but they were actual shots where their chance to make it 2-2. Somebody come in and spazzed it up, didn't they? And it bounced off their shin and went straight to their player, bang in front of the box. But like Enzo and McAllister had that. That guy weren't going anywhere, and he certainly weren't going to play the ball forward because he was facing his own goal. And I think it was Darwin come in it just bounced off his shin, didn't it? Went right into Garnacho, I think, or whoever it was, someone with blonde hair. And that was it. We were undone. That was the goal as well that done it because they never looked like scoring in the second half. As I said, I missed most of the first half, if not all of it. And like the second half, they never looked like scoring to me, mate. I was sitting there laughing, going, hey, we got this. I mean, I wasn't like 100% sure, but I was 99% sure, yeah, we got this. These aren't going to score. And then that dog's hair happened, and it just went straight to their player in front of the box. And next thing you know, Anthony's turned on it and put it past Kelleher. But I reckon Alisson would have saved that. That's another thing, why I want to see Ali back. Ali, Jota, obviously Trent and Jones as well, but Ali and Jota specifically at the moment. And maybe Trent. But Trent's another one. He's going to be coming in after not playing for 2 months. And it'll take him ages to get into his form. So, it's
and Jota as well, he has a worse injury than Trent.
Yeah.
But then again, Jota, I remember him coming in after. Do you remember when he was injured at the beginning of the season? And he came right in and scored.
Yeah, that was Burnley, wasn't it? When Diaz plays a bit. Yeah, it's a bit different for forwards. Like, they can just be chucked back in, Frank, can't they, sometimes, forwards, and can do it. Whereas with defenders and midfielders, they need they all need rhythm. It's the same for all players, but I think forwards can just be chucked in occasionally as soon as they come back, and it can work because they can get a goal.
Well, can I just ask everyone out there, can you just press the likes, please? And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Costs nothing, as you know, and subscribe. Get the algorithm out there. It'll be good for us because we try to discuss every single comment that you make. It's your show. The panel try to discuss it. Going straight to Anfield Road. So Bosley plays a high up inside forward for us. He's done well, but isn't doing great in central midfield. I love him, but like McAllister, needs to be played in the right position. Now, I've always said this. My boys. Klopp seems to, and I'm talking about everybody here, not everybody, most players, he always plays them out of position. He always played Ginny out of position, He always played, he likes to play certain players out of position. And that's what he's saying. That's what Anfield Road is saying there, if you know what I mean. So what do you think of that, JK? So Bosley plays as a high up inside forward for us. It's done well, but he isn't doing great in central midfield. I love him, but McAllister needs to be played in his right position. What do you say to that?
Yeah, of course. I think every player knows what position he wants to play in. And I think today we had the opportunity where we had three of our Barca Jones, who would be our first choice midfield. We had Endo sitting and then McAllister Szoboszlai up top. And they never actually really got hold of the game. So I was a bit disappointed at our midfield display today as well, But I think Szoboszlai, it cost 70 million. I'm not going to say I want to see this, that, and the other from him. As I've said before, it's been a bit of a culture shock. Him running around that much in a season. He hasn't run this much in a season, I don't think. So, but we've still got a lot of things to play for coming up. So he's maybe play an international game for Hungary. I don't know, because they've got out some friendlies. But yeah, I would like to see him sort of stepping up. McAllister, for me, he's been sound nearly every game now. He was actually all right today as well. So Szoboszlai is just the only one guy in that midfield. And also about the midfield, we were missing Curtis Jones and Trent today, the Scousers who play for Liverpool. That could have had an effect on the team as well. I think if one of them two was on the pitch, maybe Curtis a bit more 100%. It's Man United, Liverpool guys. Come on. And I think that's what we were lacking in the second half.
Well, Lisa comes out with something there. Our little Lisa there. FA has made a statement. They are aware of tragedies championed by Man United fans. Nothing to get to.
Well, it's no good being aware of it. Do something. I heard someone got nicked in the Manchester derby, but he must have been chanting Munich or something like, I'm guessing, because City ain't got a tragedy, unfortunately.
Did you hear him singing today?
No, I never heard it.
Did you hear him singing sign on with a pen in your hand? Fuck stuff, man.
Well, that's a rubbish one. I'm not bothered about that one. That's not particularly offensive to me, like that one. But the stuff about Hillsborough is offensive to me. And if somebody got arrested, if a City fan got arrested for singing Munich 58, I'm guessing that was it, because it's United's only tragedy. I can't think of another, apart from Fergie having a brain hemorrhage. Somebody got arrested, a City fan. It was on the bloody news or something like, or in the paper. It said it. Someone was arrested for tragedy chanting. So where's the arrest there? Doesn't it matter when it's us? I mean, let's be honest as well. It was only players that died with Man U. Like a handful of players. It's not like it was fans. Imagine they weren't millionaires in them days. But you know where I'm coming from. Why was there no arrest today?
Okay, Ian McKay, thank you, Ian. Like, share, and subscribe. Get those algorithms moving. Love it, honestly. Okay, I'm going to discuss this now. Thanks, Lisa, by the way. Thank you, sweetheart, for sending that.
Sorry.
I'll turn you off. I've got the little button on it. See, I can do that.
Oh, you don't even want to
Bro, let him laugh. We all depressed here, otherwise, weren't we? We lost to United. Come on, man.
I'm going to go straight. Listen, can you like and subscribe, please? I've only got 2 little likes there. He mustn't like you, Steve. I think I can't come on again. So, I'm only joking. Does anyone else feel Kelleher? Big point, this, lads. Big point. And I'm going to start with you, Steve. Does anyone else feel Kelleher did miss a chance to that goal from their lad that won it? Thought it was a poor effort from, I'm not mentioning his first name, Quahim, is it Quahim? But anyway, Kelleher, stay.
His arm wasn't even extended, was it? I think if that was Alisson, if Alisson saves that.
Yeah. And this, and albeit that he, even their first goal, he made a fantastic save, but it just went to them, didn't it? You know what I mean? So that was the luck. I had our Francine with me in the first half. She was down, and it was sad really, because she said, "Dad, did you see that? We're all over the place," and we were all over the place. And she said, "I'll have to go and pick the baby up, my little granddaughter." So I said, "Okay." And when she went, we scored 2 goals. We went since 2-1. Tried to phone her, I couldn't get hold of her. And anyone who's been trying to get hold of me, JK, was you trying to get hold of me yesterday? My phone was dead.
Yeah, I was, bro. Yeah.
Because it was awful. I couldn't reply to anyone. I couldn't call anyone. I couldn't do anything at all, because my phone went dead. Because I thought it was charging us up, but that wire thing that it charges up with, it was dead.
Okay.
It was dead. So I'm sorry to anyone out there who was. Thought
that happened to me. That happened to me, Frank, on Thursday. Frank, I was I was texting you. I didn't take my charger. I had 2% back. I was like, "Frank, nearly in Liverpool. We're nearly in Liverpool. What's your address?" And then my phone went dead.
What did I say to you, JK?
Yeah, it would have been good to meet up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, it would have been great. I would have given you my address and you could have come here.
We're coming up again in a couple of weeks anyway. We're coming up again in a couple of weeks.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll give you Lee's address. I'll give you Lee's address instead.
Oh, I'll come to Lee's.
All right, then, Kelleher. So, was anyone agree with what Anfield Raw says about Kelleher? He could have had.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely.
Well, yeah, he made some good saves in the game as well. It was just one of them crazy games, like that Southampton game where he let 4-4 last game of the season. It was just one of them games. It was coming at United had a phase of the game where they were a bit on it, and he made some good saves, but I just feel a little bit disappointed in the way we defended that. We had a corner, and we should have, if we were losing, yeah, I understand, put everyone in the box. Even the goalkeeper can go in the box. But we were drawing. So I think maybe another guy should have probably dropped back in. But Kelleher, yeah, he could have saved it, but he didn't. That's the way it is, bro.
It was really untidy, wasn't it? It was an untidy goal.
When we were talking about Szoboszlai's TW says, don't forget Tom looked world class against Chelsea at Anfield. He will come good. I agree there. I agree entirely with what TW is saying. I really do. He will. I think he's a great player. You could see it in him. You can actually see it in that lad. McAllister, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely. Now, I'm just going to go to, according to fans, there tonight, we weren't tragedy chanting, but they were doing it to us. Does that answer your question, Lee? According to fans, tonight, we weren't tragedy chanting. We weren't.
You said we were, did we? We were talking about them Sorry, Frank. We talk about them, but I was going on about City, and a City fan got arrested.
Oh, sorry, I apologise.
That's what I was laughing about. I was thinking maybe they did a new chant about Fergie falling over when he has a brain hemorrhage or something like. You know what I mean?
Okay, Bonkers says Jones to me is the one we needed today. What do you think about that, JK? Scousers in the team. What do you think?
Exactly. They will let the players know the whole week. We got United on Sunday, Saturday, whatever. And we sort of missed that sort of attitude in that second half. I think we were a little bit lackluster, not really showing a bit of arrogance. Like we were in control of the game. We were winning 2-1. Yeah, we missed a Jones and a Trent today, 100%.
Ray?
Yeah, I think Jones would have, just by being a scouser, would have made the midfield a bit better, probably like today. And yeah, we have been missing Trent. Everyone can see we've been missing Trent, really. Like, it's obvious, you know, that his assists and his balls that lead to goals, there aren't assists even. Like, just take the whole opposition team out with one stroke of his right foot. And we're missing them, yeah. We're missing the two of them.
I've got to go to the...
When is Jones back? When is he back? Is he back after the international break?
He should be back for the Brighton game.
I think we just missed his ball carrying as well.
Yeah.
Driving the ball forward. His creativity.
Well, question for the panel, from the panel, or for the panel. Does anyone see the glee in Keane's voice beating us today? This is why we got to make sure we keep that locked down.
Yeah, that was their cup final today. I've seen a video where a guy before kickoff was saying, "Our only mission today is to ruin their quadruple chance." That's all I was like, okay, that's their vibe, and it sort of worked.
Yeah, but here's the thing, mate. The guy who ever said that, I'm calling him, mate. We're not asked because, like, we're going to win the treble anyway. That includes the league and a European trophy. You can have, well, I was going to say you can have that, but they can go to the final like they did last year and then lose. They're not going to win it, are they? City will beat them.
Well, Coventry might beat them as well.
They've got Coventry.
Yeah.
I knew
have they got Coventry in the semis?
They got Coventry in the semis, yeah.
Go away.
Man City, Chelsea, and the other one, yeah. Everyone's Coventry now.
I'm pleased because it gives City a harder game having to play Chelsea. I didn't want them to get Coventry. I'm okay with United. I'd be okay with United winning the FA Cup. It's the FA Cup, mate. It's a tin pot piece of tears, really. Like,
I want them to win nothing. I want them to win nothing.
Yeah, it's a domestic.
I want them to win nothing, not even a throw-in.
I'm cheering Coventry on the whole way. Come on,
we
Coventry.
all are, bro. We all are.
Yeah.
Coventry.
The Coventry, we know they've got loads of Liverpool fans behind them.
Hate Chelsea, hate Man City, hate Man United.
Yep.
I am amused by the idea that this is going to mortally wound our fan base and we're all going to be gutted. Mate, no one's asked. We're still going to get a treble cup.
Exactly.
We've already won a domestic cup. We've already done that business like we did it in the old days, in the 80s when I was a kid. We used to win the League Cup first and then we'd go on and win the European Cup. That's how it worked when I was a kid. And that's why
one of the lads said there, Lee, you know, when we went out 4-3 out of the FA Cup in 1990, we went on to win the league. So a couple of years. I'm not saying about omens. I don't believe in omens and all this. But I think we will win the league. I really believe it. And I think go on, sir.
Sorry.
Go on, Steve.
The only way we don't win the titles if we do it to ourselves. Only us can stop us.
Just like today. And, you know, I think this is one of the most important comments that we've had tonight, and it's from Anfield Road. I was so distraught after the game. Then I heard some of our transfer budget is being spent to announce Mrs. Henry's chest again. Hopefully she does the new shit modelling in the summer. I'm glad he did, because he got into trouble if he was a said, especially wet shirts. That's shocking, isn't it? Oh, there's me mates today. Beat ourselves today, say Steve Evans. Certainly did, mate. Certainly did. Oh, we can't be saying that. Can't be saying that. Soulboy says, I thought the midfield looked good on paper at the start, just out of interest. Who would you leave out for Jones? That's a cracker. I wasn't be coming to that, to be honest. So I'll go to you, JK, saying that you're late on. Who would you leave out of midfield for Jones if he, gets a game, gets a start?
Just judging on today's display, I would say Substitution. On paper, yeah, I think all fans were happy with the lineup. That lineup looked good. It's probably but I'd say Kanate playing at centre back and Alisson in goal, maybe. That was probably one of our best lineups. But I think Jones comes. The thing is with Jones, he's going to take time getting back anyway. That's what it is with these guys, Darwin hasn't looked sharp since he come back from injury. So I think fans sort of expect they're going to come back from injury and be 100 miles per hour. They might take time as well. So, but as I've said before, we missed that Jones, maybe that Scouser effect in midfield today. Bit of snappiness,
Well, anyway, no one likes us. Still only got two likes. Loads of looking at two bloody like. Come on, give us a like. Steve Evans. Why bring Gakpo on? Did absolutely nothing. So you say, did absolutely nothing. Steve, we was giving marks out of 10. Gakpo, even marks out of 10 for Gakpo when he came on. What would you give him? What would you give Gakpo? And you, Anfield Road, what would you give Gakpo out of 10? So let them say that, okay? Well, yeah, look, Anfield Road, he's upbeat, right? The good thing is we can look on the bright side of this defeat. I know we will win at least another trophy this season. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what I'd give Gakpo? I'd give Gakpo a new pair of football boots that are not pink.
Do you know what I'd do? Do you know what I'd do with Gakpo?
Mm-hmm.
Send him to your house. Send him to your house, JK. Get some training in there.
I'll sort him out, bro. No problem.
Yeah.
I'm saying no pink boots allowed. Then he'll be okay.
Yeah.
Well, Steve Evans gives Cody Gakpo 0, nilch, zilch. Gives him zilch.
I'll be back.
Steve says it as it is, they're not holding back with no holding back with Steve. He's one of these lads. He just says it as it is. Anyway, bear them in the league next month at the pit. Absolutely, that pit. And Anfield Raw says Gakpo today was a 3.5. It was funny. Both he and Anthony wore the same boots. Does anyone else say that on here? Wearing the same boots? No.
No, I didn't see
Team of pink ones, yeah.
Do you know what? I don't even notice the boots like these days. I don't look that intently anymore at the boots, or not. I don't think I ever really did. But he's wearing pink boots, yeah.
Yeah.
I know you were talking about it the other day, and Was it? Is it? I remember you talking about it anyway.
See, you know, we were
Sam.
talking about Jones coming back. We were talking about Jota coming back. You know, the lads that are there, you know, just, and even Trent. Now, the point is, they can come on as substitutes, you know, to get the minutes, even start a game, to get the rhythm up and the minutes that's acquired. But once they're back, we'll have a very, very strong squad going into the final run, the final running. This is why I think, look, you know, like games have been blessings in disguise. Now, someone mentioned there before about complacency, right? Now, let's be honest. I'm going to go straight to that. Just say yes or no. Just say yes or no. Okay, that's all. No big speeches or anything. No big analytical, philosophical answers. I'll go to you, JK. Did you think we'd win today? Yes or no?
100%.
Darryl?
I thought we'd spank them. Spank them.
Lee?
Yep.
Steve?
1,000%.
Well, there you go. See, now that's the complacency. I said to Francie, my daughter, I said, we're going to win these today. We're going to beat them. And when we were even 1-0 down, I said, don't worry. I said, once we score, I said, which we will do, we'll go on and trounce things. Now, that's what I said. This is before. She was just going out. And I said, so don't worry. Anyway, then we scored 2. So I said at half time, this is it, because we will, you know, just go out and destroy them second half, because we always seem to play great in the second half, especially like last week against City. And we took it easy again against Sparta on Thursday. And I was talking to Darryl, funny enough, and he said, Thursdays are killing us. Thursdays are killing us. So do you reckon that complacency has set in, but it can be used as a springboard, that no more complacency to set in the final running? I'll go to you, Steve.
I think so, yeah. I think, obviously, with the complacency side of things, hopefully Klopp's given him a kick up the backside. Just decision-making. Is it fatigue from Thursdays? Or was Klopp thinking about momentum with the players coming back? But hopefully, this would be the last of this. How can I put it? I'm trying to find the words how to say it.
It's all right. So I'll go to there. I'll go to
Yeah.
Lee. Go on, Steve.
Yes, yeah, so hopefully, Klopp will kick up the backside, and and just you can't be complacent in any game, especially this stage of the season. I mean, we got Atalanta. There's no way he's going to play the kids against Atalanta. He's going to go all out to win that. So he will be playing some of the starters on Thursdays. Well, obviously we'll be playing again on the weekend.
Yeah. Well, Steve goes on about, which we have discussed there, unfortunately. We have discussed that about Elliott and his contrived pass. And even Darwin's cross-field pass, we have discussed that in depth. And this lad here, Ashashin me. I think I've spelled it. It's like roll me one Kenobi. Seems like Dan's has more energy than Gakpo. Even Carragher says he was in slow motion every time on the ball. Now, do you think Klopp? I don't know. Look, I know we've got injuries. I know that. We're waiting for the Jot to come back. how far down the pecking order is he? Really, how far? I'd put Downs above him, you know. I'd put younger 16, 17-year-old lads above him in the pecking order.
I agree.
And that's why I reckon him, Gakpo, and Gravenberch will be sold. Honestly, I really believe that. I really believe that. And I know that people say like Gravenberch has got all this potential and everything else. But I see more potential in these young kids than him. I really do. I really do.
Especially Bobby Clark.
Yeah, well, Bobby Clark's absolutely brilliant, and he's going to be there. Even there, McConnell.
Yeah.
You know, he's a good kid. He's a good kid, but Bobby Clark is something special, as you know.
I think Rob Bowley sold out.
As you know, when he scored that goal against Sparta, how quick was he to see that loose ball and to smash it in? Very quick. Very, very quick. And here, look, question for you all, says the Anfield Roar. If we win the league, it will be favourable over everything. Frank, you know the importance of that to our club, being from a generation where the league is everything. Absolutely spot on. Would you all agree? Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, how important, you know, I'll go to you, JK. How important, I know this may sound a stupid question, but it's very important. It really is. It really is important. How important now is it for Klopp? Don't forget, he's on his final run and then he goes. He's on his final running. How important is it to motivate him, to motivate the team after today's awful performance? But I wouldn't say awful performance. You know, we outplayed. We should have been 3-1 ahead. That doesn't kill the game, only for stupid mistakes. Bad mistakes. Anyway, that's by the by. So how important is it for the Gakpo for the Klopp to motivate the team to get them on that winning streak again? Let's go again, you know, that sort of thing.
You know what, bro? We don't really lose games. Like today, we lost. It feels weird because we're not used to losing. So that's probably why we make a bit of a song and dance about it when we lose, because we don't normally lose. But I feel we got United again after them 2 league games at home. We got United away in the Premier League. That should be a motivation after today's game. Go there, win that league game. Simple as.
Okay. And here's I've got to go to this fella, haven't I? Got to go to him. K-Mac, how are you feeling?
Feel a bit weird because it's another game where we've had like a massive overload of players on their defense, and we haven't put them to bed. Like I can name like 4 games now where we should have won in those chances that we've had. You know, we've got Arsenal, we've got Man United at home, we've got games against Chelsea away, we've got games like today where we've just had massive overloads of players charging at their attack, and we've made the wrong choices, made the wrong decisions, and they've all, like we did it against Luton as well, by the way, away. We just don't have a good enough striker in all of them to be able to make the right choices and to finish when it's really, really important in really key moments of games. We don't seem to get the right guy on the ball. You know, against Arsenal, it was Trent, not the right guy on the ball. You know, today it was Harvey Elliott, not the right guy on the ball. You know, previously it's been Nunes or Gakpo, not the right, or Diaz, not the right guy on the ball. Like in the old system that we had, where we had Bobby and Salah and Mane, we always got the right guy on the ball. Like we always had the right guy on the ball to finish. We don't seem to be doing that, but we create so much. And unfortunately, for me today, we lost that game because of Klopp's substitutions. He completely disjointed the right-hand side of the pitch, and they got back into the game because we basically had Gakpo, Elliott, and we also brought on Bradley, and we also had Quansah. So we had like a really young right-hand side with not a huge amount of experience in games like this. And that's where they did us. They did us 3 times in the second half, and also extra time from the right-hand side.
Well, we mentioned that, to be honest, K-Mac, about the substitutions.
I can't pick out individuals because there was just a malaise across the entire team, and I'm picking out Kloppy, and I'm sorry, like, but why are you playing Dominic Szoboszlai and Mo Salah in a nothing game during the week, and then you're taking both of them off in a quarter-final game because they haven't got the legs, because you played them on Wednesday? Like, why are you doing that? Like, it's pointless. Like they needed to score 4 goals on Wednesday away to even get a draw, and you're playing Mo Salah for the whole game and Dominic Szoboszlai, like, and now they're knackered for this game, so you had to take them off. Like,
even Virgil, I said about Virgil, K-Mac, I said about Virgil.
It falls right at Klopp's feet, this one. I'm sorry. It falls right at his feet, this one. Mo Salah should have done the whole game, and so should have Dom.
We all agree with you. And, you know, there's lads going on now about the chance. And it says
Coventry, mate.
The Stones, right? And
Coventry at Wembley. Could have had Coventry at Wembley. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
It's a cakewalk to the final against City.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what a final that would have been. Pep and Klopp for the last time. That hurts more than anything else that we've managed to screw that up, to miss out on one of the best, probably one of the best games that would have been under Klopp. Like, him and Pep one more time for a cup. Like, really show your mettle. Like, really show how good you are, Klopp, against Pep one more time. But fucked it up, man, with those stupid substitutions and playing players in games that we didn't need to play them. Like, Gomez looked absolutely cabbaged from the start to the finish. Like, because he's just played too much, and he played on Wednesday. Like, he doesn't need to play. Like, oh man, honestly. Like, Quansah had a poor game, but it's not Quansah's fault. He's a 21-year-old central defender that's having to play too much football. Like, if you're playing the kids in the final against Chelsea, why can't you play the kids against bloody whoever they were at Anfield on Wednesday? Like, literally, just play all the kids on Wednesday. Like, they have to score 4 goals.
Yeah.
Well, why? Like, why do you have to play? Like, Gakpo looked baggaged as well. Like, all our players look absolutely knackered. Like, I'm glad we've got an international break, but I really worry that we might get a few injuries during the break, because they're going into international games destroyed. Like, Endo played on Wednesday. Like, Jesus. Like, man, it's so annoying. So
I was
annoying.
going to say, came back, what do you think of Gakpo today?
Gakpo's crap. Gakpo's not good enough to be in the Premier League. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's just not. Like, what does he give us? Like he wants the ball to feet all the time. Like, we don't play Bobby Firmino football anymore. Like, stop trying to play that. Like, he doesn't work. It doesn't work in our team. Like, and I don't understand. He came on the pitch. Why was Elliott further ahead than Gakpo for most of the second half? Like, I can't get my head around that. I'm like, hang on, who's playing up front? Is it Gakpo or Elliott? Because it was Elliott that was up front and Gakpo was in midfield doing nothing.
Yeah,
like,
spot on.
I'm more annoyed with what happened on Wednesday That's what I'm more annoyed about. That team that he picked on Wednesday, everyone was leggy today. Like, players didn't look at it. And you know why? Because you played on Wednesday and you didn't need to. Like, Man United were fresh.
Yeah.
Well,
It's-
I'm feeling raw. See, just let me go through these, boys and girls.
Bro,
It's
I have to quickly go.
disappointing.
So it was great being on.
See
Nice
you
to meet
later,
you,
JK, bro.
Steve, K-Mac, Lee, and Daryl. Deru, we got United again in a few weeks' time. We'll beat them.
See you later, Cody.
Deru, bro.
Big up, mate.
Okay, yeah. I'm feeling raw. He says disappointing, K-Mac, but these things happen. They did look tired. Fair point. So definitely agreeing with you there. Where's K-Mac? Where's
He's gone.
Oh, has he gone?
goodbye.
Has he gone?
You said
Oh,
Yeah,
goodbye.
he said bye.
Oh, right. He said goodbye. Okay.
Yeah, he did. He didn't just bugger off.
I never heard. I'm looking at these bloody comments. I didn't mean to say that, chatters. I didn't mean to say.
Frank,
Oh,
before you
that's
start
me
the
that
comments,
swears.
Frank, I've got to shoot off too now, mate, okay? Thank you so much for having me on. It's nice to meet you all.
Oh, great.
Cheers,
Listen, come on again, eh? Stay.
Oh, definitely, mate. Whenever you have me, mate, I'll be on. All right, buddy.
All right. See you,
Bye,
Steve.
man.
Have a
Take
good
care,
week.
everyone. Bye-bye.
Ta-ra,
See you
man.
later.
Bye-bye. He's a nice lad, isn't
Yeah, nice bloke.
he? Lisa says, few of our players look leggy. And that's what she said. And she said that before you said that, K-Mac, to be honest. And Steve J says, honestly, did Nunes do a single thing of note tonight? Fed up with him going missing. What would you say to that, K-Mac? What would you
Didn't
say
play
to
the ball
those?
to him. Didn't play the ball to him. We did. Look, we all love Salah. He's absolutely incredible, but we just have to admit that we are just so one-dimensional when he's on the pitch. Like, every single ball just went to Salah constantly. First half, second half, until he left the pitch, and then obviously other players got the ball then because Salah's not there. But it's like a magnet. It's just like Diaz didn't get a touch, Nunes didn't get a touch first half because it just goes to Salah all the time. Just does. Like, it's just the way we play when he's on the pitch. Like, get the ball to Salah, see what happens. Right. And when Trent's on the pitch, it get the ball to Trent, and then Trent gets the ball to Salah.
Yeah.
So it's just like we've got no balance in the team when Salah's on the pitch because it's all just right-sided to him. Just is.
Yeah.
Well, Anfield Ross says, I'm glad some players are joining me on the Gakpo. Isn't good. Exactly. I've always agreed with you there, Anfield, about the lad. I just don't. And my daughter, Francine, says, we never turned up. Think we were too complacent. We thought we would pounce them. But we said that, didn't we? You know, the complacency set in. And Salah scores doesn't matter how he plays. And I think what she's saying there, would you agree, K-Mac, with this? And I'll go to you all here. Do you think it was wrong for him to be substituted?
Yeah. You just have Salah on for that game, the whole game. Like, I don't care how bad he's playing. Like, you just have him on because he puts the ball in the onion bag when it matters. Like,
all the time.
All the time.
You know, I said to be honest, you know, you don't bring him off Mo Salah in any game because every single minute of that 90 minutes, or you know, if it goes into injury time as well, he's liable to score a goal.
Yeah.
He's just liable to score a goal, and he took him off.
He took Dom off. Dom was dominating midfield.
Exactly, you know.
Dom had like four shots on goal in that game. Like, two of them were really good saves.
Yeah.
Salah had a hatful of shots, by the way. Like, Salah was wasteful today. Like, he really was wasteful. Like, he was unlucky to be offside because I don't know how you can be offside with your back. But you just are. I don't know why, but yeah. I mean,
Well,
we can
I
talk about the
that.
refereeing as well. Like, he bottled it. Like, that's another red card. Just is. Like,
Yeah.
second yellow, it's a red card. Bottled it. We just keep on having referees that just bottle it. Just
Yeah.
won't give
Well,
teams
I
an
said
advantage.
that,
Won't
to
give
be
us an
honest.
advantage against anybody. They just won't. And we can all sit,
Exactly.
and people can all sit there and go, oh, that should have been a foul on Fernandez for their goal, for our goal. Bugger off. Like,
Got the ball.
really?
No,
Like, he
near a
just
foul.
fell over.
Yeah.
Like the
Everyone-
referee bottled it. Like,
Yeah,
and then
but
he
he
booked
did.
2 of our players shortly afterwards for nothing. And I'm just sat there going, it's going to be one of those days, isn't it? It's
It
just
is
gonna be
every-
one of those days.
Like, it is one of those days every time we play. There's something hideous every time we play. That you
And then
look
Anthony
at and
scores
go,
as well. And
how?
really,
Why?
that little wretch has to score. Like, honestly, I felt like throwing my computer and the internet out the window.
But that's the way it is. But that's the way. Like, that's the way it is with the fans were more frustrated than anything, coming out.
they literally played Maguire up front. Like,
Yeah.
like, have you ever seen anything so like pathetic?
And Christian Eriksen
on a
at centre
central
back.
defender and putting him up front.
Christian
Honestly,
Eriksen came out. Christian Eriksen playing at centre back.
it's mental. Like,
Crazy.
it's just mental. Like, they had no midfield. Like, they took off their best player. Like, Kobbie Manu, I've got to say, like, if we can get Kobbie Manu, like, I don't care if he's a Man United supporter. If we could get Kobbie Manu next season, I would throw a lot of money at that kid. He is ridiculous. Like, he is ridiculously good. And they took him off. And I'm like, we can just literally run rampant through their midfield because they had nobody. And they brought Mason Mount on, who I don't think even touched the ball. And I'm like, we could literally just run rampant on their midfield. And we did. We had like 5-on-2, like 4-on-1. Like, there was so many times we completely overloaded. And it just kept on falling to Gakpo or Diaz. And they just kept on passing it to the wrong person or losing the ball. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, what on earth is going on? And then that little wretch, Anthony, scored. And I just thought, you know what? We're going to lose this.
Well,
We played Corker up front. I did. I remember that. But that was under Rodgers.
don't mention that, man. I hate that.
I've got to be honest. I think if we play Virgil van Dijk up front, we'd probably scored today, or even Quansah, because no one else was going to score from our forward line.
Well, Neil Broderick says John was more of a surprise. I would have taken Mo off myself. Well, that's a surprise to me. He played lots of bad balls in the box when we were 4-2. The only thing is, though, replacing him with Gakpo, Dan's would have been more better. No, if he wasn't going to bring Dan's on, you just leave Mo Salah on rather than bring Gakpo on. Has anyone
Gakpo
said
scored 2 goals in his last game, so I can understand. Like, I can understand, like, him playing at some point.
But God blame me, it was
But
against
not
the
for Salah.
team.
But not for Salah. Like, take Diaz off or take Nunes off, because Nunes was poor today. Diaz was poor. Like, take those 2 off. Mo scored. Mo scored, and Mo like almost putting us, almost had an assist for a goal. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mo didn't do a huge amount, a lot wrong. Like, he created chances, he had chances, he scored, he nearly provided an assist, but it was ruled off for offside because of his back. Are you saying he's crap, like, because of that? No. Diaz didn't do anything. Nunes didn't do anything.
No.
I don't think Diaz had a shot on goal, did he?
No.
Mo's got that
He did.
fear factor.
I think Nunes had 2 shots. 2 shots, I think, on goal. Like, Onona's not a bad goalkeeper. Like, pulled off some good saves, but those saves, they shouldn't have been saves. They were such good chances that they should have been goals. Manu is a baller. Like, was he 18 years old? Serious. City. I mean, United have got some player on the hands there. Completely bossed our midfield first half, like first 35 minutes. He was everywhere.
Can anybody get this? Brian Morrissey. We played Stephen Corker up front.
No, because I said they played Maguire up front when he came on.
Oh,
and he said we play Stephen Corker up front.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
We should have played Virgil van Dijk up front.
We beat ourselves. Move on and let's concentrate on the 2 other competitions we can win.
The good thing about it is we've got 2 home games coming up. That's the good thing. If we had like 2 away games, I would worry. But 2 home games.
But do you reckon, though, I mentioned before, just before you came on, do you think that, I know it's, like blessings in disguise, and it could have easily been a blessing in disguise because we were complacent, no matter what anyone says, no matter what you say, we were complacent today because I asked the panel, Kelleher, just one yes or no, and I just said, did you expect us to win today? And every one of them just said, without a doubt, did you expect us to win, Kelleher?
Yeah, I thought it'd be like 3-1, 4-1.
Okay, no, that's the complacency. So the players must have gone out like that. Oh, we can beat these, I'm thinking of going back to the last time, the 5-0 game and all this. But I don't know. It's just a matter of complacency, and that's the way it is. That's the way it is.
The weird thing about it, though, Frank, is this has happened to us before. We've been under the cosh fight for the majority of the first half, and we've been losing, and then we've then suddenly gone into the lead without actually creating anything or being good, and then we've gone into the second half and just blew teams away. Like what I was feeling was, oh, here comes another second half performance by Liverpool. We'll just put it to bed. And then we went 2-1 up just before half time. I felt like if we'd have just equalised and then gone into half time, we may well have just come out and just blown them away because we knew we had to step up a gear. But because we were in the lead and we didn't do anything, we just came out like, eh. And then for the first 15 minutes, we were completely on top and they were just on their arses. And we should have scored 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And then you just sat there going, are they going to get a chance? Because it's the worst scoreline, 2-1. And then they scored that goal. And then I was like, oh, God. And then Harvey Elliott popped up and I just thought, okay, just stick Endo in the back. Just stick Endo as a 5th centre back now. Just see the game out. You've got 10 minutes.
Yeah.
This is just like our goalkeeper got booked for time wasting. I'm like, okay, great. Okay, we're doing the right thing now. Let's get everyone back. And then we just ended up like trying to attack again, and all our players were at the other end of the pitch again. And I'm like, why are we doing this? We don't need to do this. We're winning the game. Like Man United are dead. Like just get Endo into the centre back position, play 5 at the back, see the game out. And then we got dead on a corner when we had everyone up for the corner. Like nobody should have been up for that corner. Like, we shouldn't have had anybody up for that corner because we were winning the game. Like, I don't know.
Well, would you agree there? I think what you're saying, CW74 says, I can't get over how many players went forwards, leaving us short at the back in the dying minutes. Crazy.
Ridiculous.
Do you think that, this would be, it's going to be Klopp's final swan song anyway, the last lot what we're going to play for, the Europa League and the league itself. Do you think that he will motivate the players? Do you think he'll really get into them and motivate them, especially with our lads who are coming back from injury? Okay, Matt.
I mean, if you've got Curtis Jones in that game, I think it's a different game. Just think he's more controlled. Like I think he would have helped the team more. If you've got Jota, my God, Jota would have put a few of them away. He would have made a better choice. You bring in Jota on instead of Gakpo. I mean, that in itself is a massive substitution. I mean, would Trent have changed anything if he'd have played as a right back? I don't know. Like, for me, I felt like if you're playing Conor Bradley against Man City at home, then you're playing Conor Bradley away to Man United. But then you play Joe Gomez, who's played just an insane amount of football. So it would make a difference because you'd have Trent there instead as another man. I'm really gutted because this could have been an incredible final against Pep and Klopp for an FA Cup. Really to put it to bed, like who's the best? Like, you know what I mean? I just think that's just an incredible spectacle that we've missed out on because of Klopp's bloody subs and Klopp playing all of his good players on Wednesday. That's what it feels like. It really sticks in the craw. It does.
Well, we were discussing that, you know. I just want to say hello to this fella because we go on channels that TW. Hey, Frank, AW. I hope you're all right, TW, lad. I hope you're all right. And we do these, well, we go onto these pods, you know, but it's totally different from this, you know what I mean. Listen, DW, it's good to see you, and thank you for just popping in. Thank you so much, my friend. Now, toxic, Gakpo, get out of my club. What do you think he's at the level as, Kelleher? You know, I mean, Gakpo, what level is he?
Okay, so just think about this. If Gakpo was playing for a Brentford, yeah, or a Fulham, you know, or I don't know, maybe a Wolves, would he look out of place? Would he be their best player?
No, he wouldn't even be their best player.
Would he get in a Tottenham team?
No chance.
No.
Would he get in ahead of Kulusevski or Son or who's the other guy they've got?
No, he wouldn't get in. He wouldn't get in any of those. He wouldn't get into the top 8.
Would he get into a Brighton team? Someone wrote Brighton in there.
No.
I don't think he'd get in ahead of Matoma.
Evans. He'd get in Evans, so.
They don't play ball to feet, so he's fucked.
Yeah.
Exactly. So how does he get into a Liverpool team? How is he getting into a Liverpool team? How are you subbing Salah for him?
Exactly.
Like, seriously.
That's the point. This is the point that we were making. You know, you bring Salah off, a fella who was likely to score in any minute of the game. Just even at an assist.
You take Núñez off then. Take Núñez off or Diaz for Gakpo. You take Salah off. It's a big.
He won't be at
Liverpool. Go on, go ahead, Salah.
He ain't going to be at Liverpool next year. I'm telling you now, he won't be there. No way.
I don't think
there's no way this guy here would have signed him.
No.
There's no way this guy.
No.
There's a number of players that Klopp signed that he would not have signed.
Robbo won't be at Liverpool either. Robbo will go as well, I think. Definitely.
No, Robbo's not good enough for. He's not good enough for the first team. Sorry.
No. Yeah.
Just not good enough for the first team.
Well, Yusuf says Gakpo is just a modern day's Christian Poulsen. But roll me one Kenobi says Gakpo will cook at Brighton.
He might do. They play ball to feet. He might do. Well, he can go to Brighton then. We'll take Matoma all day long. Or even the other guy, the Ivory Coast guy they've got. What's his name? Adema.
He's good. He's good.
Get him. Take him. Or Benanoche or Enzo Ciso. You know, those guys. Like, take any of those lot. They're brilliant. Ferguson, I don't think could work at Liverpool. I don't think he's a Liverpool type player.
Well, Colin Zag says, now I said this right at the beginning of the pod came on. When was the last time United scored 4? Bizarre result, piss poor today. Now, I said, when was the last time Man United scored 4? And when was the last time we conceded 4? And I'm talking about the season.
I think it's Napoli away. No, actually, it wasn't. Toulouse. We lost to Toulouse 4-3.
This season.
Yeah, 4-3.
Yeah, but we had, I understand that, but we had them kids out, didn't we?
It was against Man City in the pandemic, the last proper game.
Wasn't it 5-1 at their ground?
4-1 at Anfield.
4-1 at their ground.
Pandemic.
Yeah. 3-2 was it? Was it 3-2? Okay, it's 3-2.
It was 4-1 at Anfield came out. We lost 4-1 at Anfield.
Oh, was it 4-1? Yeah, but we had nothing to play for, did we?
No.
It was 3-2. We lost 3-2 to Toulouse. The last game I think we'd lost was last season against Napoli, where we got smashed 4-1 at their ground. Or was it 5-1?
No, I'm talking about this season.
We haven't conceded 4.
And Man United scored 4.
No, we haven't conceded 4. We've conceded 3.
Yeah.
Fulham and Toulouse.
Yeah.
And we really did concede 3 in proper time. 2. We only conceded 2 in proper time, didn't we? They scored 2 in extra time. Was it 2 in extra time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. So it was only 2 really. Extra time is. Yeah, Napoli was 4-1. Yeah, okay, I was wrong.
But the point.
Yeah, Michael Edwards was there today as well, by the way.
Oh, was he?
Was he there?
Yeah, he was in the crowd. So we'll be getting some players in next season. Don't worry.
Hope so.
Well, the point is, he'll be going. Who do you reckon will go? Really, I know that we haven't come to the end of the season, and we've still got a lot to play for. But who would you see going to bring in some kind of cash anyway?
I don't want to say.
Just get rid of Thiago. Get rid of him.
Oh no, I'm not even counting him and Matip. They've gone. For me, I still think we need a centre back. We still need a centre back. Canate is incredible, but he always gets injured. He's injured again.
Incredible player. Crap physique.
Ankles of quavers.
Left back, we need a left back for me.
Oh God, yeah, left back, 100%. I think we're all right for right backs. I think we probably will need to look at a DM if we're going to play a DM, because we need someone to cover for Endo, because Endo will be 31. I think he's 31 now. Endo's 31 now.
Yeah,
Endo's brilliant, but you can't play Endo into the ground.
He's got no pace.
No, you're just going to play him into the ground, and then you're going to have the same problem that we have with all our other players. We just get injuries. I think midfield's okay. I know we will be losing Thiago, but we're going to be gaining. Probably get Tyler Morton back, and then obviously Stefan Bajcetic will be back. We've got enough midfielders there. The manager will probably want to keep Gravenberch to see what he's like. So you don't know there, but for me, I wouldn't have him at Liverpool.
No replacement.
That's just me. That's just me.
Need a Mo replacement as well.
I mean, if you look at Xabi Alonso today, like Xabi Alonso won 3-2 today. Like they were 3-1 up. Their wing backs are just insane. Like Frimpong and Grimaldo are just mental. Like our wing back, we don't have wing backs really. I can't see Robbo staying because he won't be able to do the shift that he wants his wing backs to do. I think Trent will be fine because I think Trent will probably end up playing better because he'll get more of the ball. He'll be able to control more. He'll be like the creative wing back, which is like Grimaldo that he plays. But we need someone that does the Frimpong role, which is like the electric explosive player. That's definitely not Robbo.
He wants to go to Liverpool road. Hey, Mac. He wants to go to Liverpool, Frimpong. He wants the Liverpool move. Frimpong does.
Yeah, but that's us completely overloaded with right backs.
Yeah.
Like it just is like I don't know, like Hinapache played as centre back today. Hinapache is quite rash. Someone just wrote it in the chat. He's quite rash. Like he got 2 red cards last season and a shitload of yellows. He's getting loads of yellows this season, but he's not getting reds.
You're Hincapié here.
Yeah, Hincapié. I just don't know how we get on in the Premier League. It's a completely different animal. Like
Diamondi's
strikers are faster, strikers are better.
Diamondi.
I don't know whether he'd get more reds because he's in the Prem. I don't know. It's also the acclimatization in it of getting players to change from their league that they're into the Premier League. I'd rather we just went and signed a load of players that are in the Prem, like proven. You know, you want to get a left back, get the guy from Fulham, Robinson. He's absolutely mental. He's so good.
Or Kirkes.
Got so much pace. He created 2 goals for Fulham that beat Spurs. He smashed Spurs like 3-0. Like he was involved in all of their attack. He would be like the Frimpong guy for Xabi Alonso. Yeah. Get Toysin, who's from Fulham, on a free transfer. Like he's a really good centre back. He's English. He's solid. Like he's 20. I think he's 25. I think Robinson's 26. I know they're not probably the type of players that Edwards goes for, but I think you might need to start looking at some proven Prem players. We haven't got time for acclimatization, especially with a new manager next season.
What about Mark Gay? What about Mark Gay? He came at.
I just think he's too expensive, and he's not very tall. We like to play with tall centre backs.
Well, that roll me on
brilliant, but
Kenobi.
he's slow. That's why he doesn't play for England.
Well, roll me on Kenobi. He's got something for us anyway, you know, and it's just like a thing, you know, an opinion to us. We could be selling Mendy in the summer because we're getting Davis. Would you take Mendy at left back to replace Robertson? I'll go to Darryl on this. I'll go to Darryl on this. No, it's okay. I'll go to Darryl, then I'll go to Lee, then I'll end up with you, K-Mac.
To be honest with you, no, I wouldn't take Mendy. I'd rather have someone, as K-Mac said, like Robinson or a Kirkes from Bournemouth might be a good shout because he's been performing really well at Bournemouth. And Richard Hughes is coming in and he knows Bournemouth well. Maybe we could look at him. I don't know, but I wouldn't take no one from the Spanish league. No chance.
Okay, Lee.
What Mendy is it?
Yeah.
Not that Mendy.
Yeah, no, I mean, what is his first name? So I can try and think if I know him.
It's not the Man City one. It's not the Man City one.
Yeah, no. I think is it Fairland Mendy, is it?
Fairland. Yeah.
Right.
Benzi. Call him Benzi. Go on.
Okay. Would I return? Not really, no, because again, he'd be a stranger in a strange land, both language and football-wise, Mendy. So bringing him in to replace Robbo, I'm not sure.
Do you think Ramos should be replaced though for next season?
Yeah.
Kmart?
Yeah, I don't think Robbo's been good for about a year and a half.
I said that myself. Honestly, I've said that. The
He's
lads
just been
have
burnt out.
him.
He's been burnt out, Frank.
Yeah,
And he's also being played. He's also being played now in a different way. Like he's not. You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
No.
Like, and he's been an incredible wing back for so long. Like he really has. And then you're just like, oh no, you got to play like centre back, wing back, and centre back and inverted and all this. Robbo's like, what? Like, I can't do it, boss. And in games, he refuses to do it. Like you can see, like he's not up to scratch. Like it's unfortunate. I think Shimikas is better than Robbo right now. I genuinely do.
Well, that's what.
But I wouldn't play Tsimikas either. And Klopp doesn't trust Tsimikas. How Tsimikas didn't play on Wednesday is beyond me. Like seriously. Yeah. Like he was sat on a bench, and I'm like, why aren't you playing, mate? Like you really need to be questioning whether you want to stay at Liverpool now. Because if you're just happy to sit on the bench when Robbo's playing in a game that he doesn't need to play, like pointless. Another thing as well, he took Robbo off because he was knackered. Played him on Wednesday. Didn't need to. What? Yeah. Ferland Mendy isn't good enough to get in a Real Madrid first team. He's a bench player. He's not good enough. And he's like 29 as well, 28, 29. I'm not having Real Madrid rejects. I'm just not. Sorry. We're better than that. Like I'd rather have Balde from Barcelona, or I'd rather have Kelleher from Bournemouth, great player. I mean, we could get him as well because he knows Dominic Szoboszlai. They're both Hungarian internationals. He's a quality player. Owen Beck could possibly get a shout as well. Like, what about Callum Chambers? Callum Chambers, Xabi Alonso wanted. Like, he's probably gonna get a run pre-season if we get Xabi, because you're gonna want to look at him because you wanted to sign him. He could see him as a centre back, left back replacement, because Chambers plays centre back as well, by the way.
And this is the point. This is the point, K-Mac, as well. We know that Michael Edwards is going to be ruthless in the summer.
Oh yeah,
he's going to get rid.
Also, El Hadnouri for Wolves, sensational player,
class.
And we've done well with Wolves, by the way. We've done well going in and getting Wolves players. We could definitely get him. Like, yeah. I mean, did you watch him in his last game? Like, he scored and hit the post.
Yeah, well yesterday.
Yeah.
When you said there, Kelleher, about a DM, which I believe we should get. I really do. I believe we should, and a young one, but a young quality one. Who would you like to see, come in as a young quality player? And do you think when Xabi does come, he is coming, by the way, when he does come, do you reckon that you bring that Frimpong along, or who would you like to see him if he can, poach off Leverkusen?
I don't think he brings any of the Leverkusen players with him. No. I don't think they'll let him.
Yeah,
I think there'll be some kind of non-disclosure clause where when you're not coming back to raid all our players. I just don't think it'll happen. I think he'll probably sign a few players that he's looking at if he was staying at Leverkusen. Like he's looking at Zubamendi, who plays in Spain. He's like another Rodri, like a Rodri regen. He'd be sensational, Spanish international. I think he plays for like Valencia or something like that, but he's a really good player. He'd be a great DM. There's like two players which I've heard, which he's been promised if he comes to Liverpool that we'll get for him. One of them's the player who plays for Shakhtar Donetsk. I think he's called Sudakov. He's a Ukrainian. I think he's a Russian international, Ukrainian international. He's a good player. He's 20. He's like a midfielder, attacking midfielder, scores loads of goals. He's been promised him, and also Nico Williams. He's been promised him as well.
from Bilbao.
Yeah, from
Well,
Bilbao.
Norman
You got
says-
Bilbao, and you got Bilbao and Real Sociedad.
Well, Youssef says Estupinan from
How much are you
Brighton.
going to pay Brighton? How much are you going to pay
Exactly.
Brighton? Hey, Brighton aren't mugs. Tony
I
Bloom's
know.
going to want 50 million for him.
Well, Norman says Owen Beckleck's pace, he won't make it at this level. That's what he says.
Yeah, he's not played enough. Not played enough.
And
He's injured as well now, by the way.
well, Romeo McKenobi, he says Frimpong going forwards is quality, but his defending is awful. And TW, my little mate there, he says gonna be slaughter for this, but Jadon Sancho.
I wanted Sancho before he went to Man U, mate. Like,
But there's
quality
no
player.
way that we get
No.
him anyway.
You can't have Liverpool.
No way we get
Is he
him.
going to take a pay cut because he's on more than 90% of our squad?
Exactly.
He's on over 200 grand a week. Like, he's not going to take a pay cut.
Well, I don't know. You see, it's who we have to sell to bring in players. So that's why I reckon the likes of Gravenberch and Gakpo will be gone to get in these funds so that we can buy players.
I don't think we have to sell though, Frank, because we're losing two non-homegrown players. We're losing three non-homegrown players in Adrian, Matip, and Thiago.
Yeah.
So I don't personally think we need to sell because we could replace them with three non-homegrowns. And I've got to be honest, don't you want some experienced players to come off the bench? Because I'm fed up of bringing kids on to change games. Like, kids can't change games.
Yeah.
Like, who was our game changer off the bench today? Who was our game changer off the bench today? Shimikas and Gakpo. Really? Like, they're really going to change the game.
Well, Gakpo ruined the game, didn't he?
Yeah, no.
That's the way I look at it.
Yeah,
That's the way I look at it, unfortunately. But when you look at, we do need, as you said, a left-sided centre back. We do need a DM. Now, if we're bringing in a forward, get rid of Gakpo. Just get rid of him. Just get rid of him. Who would you like to see if we can bring a forward, though? And you're always saying, K-Mac, which is spot on, by the way. We've got Jota, he's our natural goal scorer. Would you like to see an out-and-out striker?
I think that's what Nunes is. Nunes is getting played as an out-and-out striker now. Like, he's being played down the centre all the time. I don't know. Like, I mean, at the moment we're bringing Elliott on for Salah all the time, which is nuts because he's not the guy to replace Salah with in any games. So you really want a really good right-sided attacker. But then if we get Xavi, we're not going to play with three up top. That's not how Xavi plays. He plays with 10s. So we wouldn't play with a left winger or a right winger. So Salah would come inside. So Salah would be played down the middle more, like he would under Xavi. And then if you're looking at the team from the left-hand side, Diaz would probably get played as a midfielder, as a left midfielder. He won't get played as a striker. So then we need a striker. So you've got Nunes, you've got Jota, and you've got Salah. They're your three forwards, centre forwards, which is fine. They're three really good centre forwards. Don't need any more than that. Maybe one coming in. Well, there you got Jadon Danns. You got Kumas. So that's five centre forwards. So then you've got your midfielders and your 10s. So then you got Sabolsa, you can play in a 10. You've got Elliott, who can play in a 10. You've got Jones, who can play in a 10. You might want to play Gravenberch there more. So you're looking at the midfield base more. So a DM is essential. Then you've got a wide midfielders. Who have we got as wide midfielders? Jones can play wide midfield. I think Trent could play wide midfield. Sabosai could play wide midfield.
Yeah.
So you've got plenty of players. So just adding to the squad, not taking away more, would help. So then throw an extra defender in there, because I think you need one, because he plays 3 at the back. He plays 3 at the back. So then you've got Virgil, Canate, and Gomez with then Kwanzaa. You need one more. Because Gomez and Canate are injury prone. So you need one more. And then Gomez wouldn't get played as a right back or a left back under Zabi. He hasn't got what he needs.
Well, Boom 43 says, how do we need a DM? Enzo has been top 3 performer in every game.
You need another one in there as backup. That's what I'm saying. These players aren't going to come in as first team players.
He'll be 32 next year as well.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that. That's what.
And for a fact, it's Michael Edwards. He's not going to stick around with his 30-odd-year-old.
Yeah.
He won't do it.
Yeah. And also, this is a Zabi team. This won't be a Klopp team. Endo might not be able to play the way Zabi Alonso wants to play. So you just don't know. People need to kind of get on board with this now. Next season is not going to be the same. We aren't going to play the same type of football. The new manager isn't going to be Klopp. You're not going to come in and play Klopp football. It's just not. It's he's an enigma. Not many managers play that way. Not many managers can do the press like Klopp can. Very few in the game. You've got Simone, you've got Pep. I mean, to an extent, you've got Arteta. There's not a huge amount of managers that can play that type of press and football that Klopp does.
Do you reckon, boys, like Liverpool going out today, and let's talk about the league here. How do you think the likes of, Arsenal and Man City will feel about Liverpool now out of the FA Cup? And they'll know that they're going to concentrate heavily on the league. Do you think that'll be a little worry to them with them going out today?
I reckon so, because if they meet each other in the Champions League semi-final, they're going to be going all out of that as well, like going hammer and tong against each other at that. So they're going to be knackered there, and we're not going to have that sort of thing going on. We can concentrate on this now, thinking, you know what? This is a get out of jail card. They're playing. They could be potentially playing each other in the Champions League semi-final, 2-legged affair, going hammer and tong. This could be our advantage.
Lee?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
You look shattered, mate.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'll be happy to see Bajcetic back. I mean, I know we've said, oh, bloody hell, is he ever coming back and all this, but I'll be made up to see Bajcetic back because he has got a lot to give. And I think he will improve our squad a lot, for the new manager to have him available as well as Endo. So we never have to put McAllister in the 6 or put Gomez at the 6. It'd be nice to have 2 options, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think he'll go for. I'd rather have a young quality DM, a young quality. That's who I'd like.
Yeah,
and I'd like a DM. I don't know whether you agree here or what. The Mascherano type player, a fella who runs, a fella who's got energy, a fella who can tackle, a fella who takes no nonsense. That's what I'd like. And but don't get me wrong, Enzo's been absolutely brilliant. I'm not taking anything away from him.
I like the young lad at Leeds, their DM. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Is it Archie Gray?
Yeah.
Archie Gray. We've been looking at him for a while. I agree with the lads as well about this coming out of this cup, because this is 2 games off our schedule now, and we also postponed the Everton game because of this game.
Yeah.
So we've now kicked the can down the road for the Everton game, which might get played at the end of the season. Who knows? But it's the fact that Man City have got another 2 games now.
It has been scheduled for the end of the season. I think it has.
Yeah.
I think it's the penultimate game.
Yeah.
So
Man City have now got 2 games, because they'll beat Chelsea. So they'll play Chelsea, which will be a tough game, by the way. And then they'll have another game. So that's like 2 extra games for Man City. And I agree as well. If Man City get past Real Madrid, they could get Arsenal. You get Arsenal in the semis.
Another 2 games.
And that's another 2-legged affair. That's an advantage to us. And then we're just concentrating on the league, which we've got easier games. There's no doubt we've got easier games in the league. So we just need to make sure that we don't drop any points now. We just match Man City. And Arsenal, look, the thing about the Arsenal thing as well is everyone's raving on about Arsenal. Do you really think Arsenal can go 19 games winning every single game? They've never done it. They've never done it.
No.
They didn't do it in the Invincible season. So everyone's talking about Arsenal winning the league. They've got a 16% chance of winning the league according to stats, because of the games they've got and who they've got to play. And they won't go on a 19-game winning streak. They just won't. Because they've won 10 already. Do you think they're going to win another 9? It's not going to happen. This is the business end of the season. They were really lucky that Havertz was even on the pitch for him to score the winner. He should have been sent off for diving. And they've got Man City next.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to have Chelsea today, but that got postponed.
Yeah.
So they've still got Chelsea and Man City.
Chelsea will get these.
And
Spurs. Well, I don't know about Spurs. I think Spurs was going to probably start falling off soon. They've been ravaged with injuries everywhere. So.
Yeah,
they've been lucky, haven't they? With no injuries. I'll go to you early on this, and it's Brian Morrissey. Alonso will create a system using what he has and some additional players, but it will be Alonso football, not Klopp football. I'm massively excited to see what we do under a new man. Lee?
Yeah, definitely. Xabi's his own man, isn't he? Xabi's his own man football-wise, so we're going to see something slightly different, if not quite different. And I think we're all looking forward to that, aren't we? As much as we were. We know we're growing now, don't we? And we know we're having someone new. So we're all just waiting to see it, really, aren't we? What it consists of, the new era, in terms of the type of football that we'll be playing. Well, the formation. I think we know what type of footy we'll be playing. But just the formation, isn't it? And who he wants in his team and who he doesn't want out of the players that we've got. Well, that's going to take him a little bit of time. And upon arrival, he'll look at what he's got, weigh up what he's got in all positions, see them playing. And it shouldn't take him too long to work out who he does or doesn't want, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. So who's this fella? DW, I can't even pronounce. Mookie, is it?
He plays for PSG.
PSG.
Yeah, he's French. He's French. He's a left back.
Is he good?
Left centre back. Left centre back. I mean, he plays PSG. Whether that means you're good or not, I don't know.
I have a clue, honest to God, who these fellas are, to be honest. And the boom we don't know who the manager is, so we don't know what system we'll have or what players we need for it. Agree, the backups needed. Thought it was a comment about replacing it. No, it wasn't a comment.
Oh no,
No, it wasn't a comment.
it was helping Endo. It was helping
yeah.
Endo.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, I never
There are
want to see Joe
players
Gomez
who
as a
like-
DM.
Yeah,
But is it definitely going to be Xavi though? Do we know that for sure?
and that's the sad thing as well about McAllister. You know, when before Enzo come, he was in there, wasn't he? McAllister was in, you know, as a DM, and that's not as. And he's got no pace either, McAllister. Albeit he's a brilliant player, but he's nowhere DM.
That's
Nowhere
one of the
near.
main things about McAllister. If you're gonna, play him in the six like he is, really, really like painfully slow. You know, like when you see a player who's just so much slower than everybody else when he moves, and that's Mac. Unfortunately, when he's trying to catch people, but we got him for other reasons, haven't we? I think
He was so pissed off when we conceded those goals today. Did you see him?
Oh,
He was losing it in the middle. Did you see him like just
no,
throwing
that's
his
what
hands
I
in the air?
said. K-Mac,
love
that's
that.
what I said. Do you
Yeah, I love
reckon?
that. I
Do
love
you
that.
reckon that he's going to have them? He's going to have them. And then, you know, I'm not saying riot attacks or the old little stupid
I just
cliches. but
just
do you
can't
think
be
it'll
having
be good?
I can't be having
It'll
Man
be good.
United derail our bloody Premier League title
Yeah.
challenge. I can't be having that. Like we
No.
really need to be on it. Like that game. Like really do. Everyone needs to like I don't know. It's weird as well because like we've only lost 3 games this season. Like,
I
we only
know.
lost 3 games this season. One was against Spurs, which shouldn't have been a loss, but we scored an own goal that lost us the game. We lost against Arsenal, which was another brain fart by our goalkeeper and our centre back. And we lost today because we had everyone up the other end of the pitch and no one was defending. We literally lost today. We lost those 3 games because of ourselves. Isn't that just mad?
Yes.
That's how good we've been this season.
Yeah.
That we are the reason why we lost those 3 games. Not because the other team were good, because they weren't.
It's just like today.
We were shit.
Isn't it?
We were shit against ourselves.
And we've got to think as well, when it comes to the Man United game, we're going to be like literally fully fit squad. So
We're going to have Trent, we're going to have Jones, going to have Jota. Jota's in training now.
yeah.
I'm telling you something though. Those mistakes that we make, they don't happen with Xabi Alonso. They don't happen in a Xabi team. They don't.
No.
They don't.
No. But what about Alexander Delos? Some name that, isn't it? We have to be prepared for the United game.
100%.
We're going to be 100%.
I don't think we were today.
prepared.
I don't think we were fully prepared today.
We had
I
2
think
days.
strange, wasn't it? I found it odd that we weren't prepared today. It was like we did take them a little bit more lightly than maybe we should have, with them being at home, and they have got some dangerous players. We just didn't put the full effort in, did we? And I don't think Jäger and Pep considered it too much. You know what could happen and stuff. I think they just took it lightly, and the performance was the result of that. They thought we'll win here, but we didn't.
And we had 2 days to prepare. They had a week. They're not in a European competition. Do you know what I mean? Different.
Yeah,
yeah. I thought Mac improved a ton as a number 6 from the start of the season, but has been exceptional further forward. That's his rightful position.
Yeah.
That's his rightful position going forward, not as a DM. And this is why that goal he scored today was fantastic. He just hit it, didn't he?
Brilliant. I was
Just
going.
hit it.
All our goals were deflections, by the way, today. All of them. Every single goal we scored was a deflection. that was probably going wide, or the goalie was going to save. Seriously. But if you don't take a shot, then if you don't buy a raffle ticket, you don't win the lottery. There you go. I think that's what Souness said.
Well, I'll go to you on this. I think this is a cracking little comment. We need to find answers as how to keep Rashford quiet. We play them year in, year out, but never find ways to keep him out of the game. And Rashford, to me, is overhyped. Don't know about what you think of Rashford.
Mate, I take Rashford as our left-sided attacker in a heartbeat. What a player! Seriously, you can't say anything bad about Rashford. Like, he scored like 184 goals or something for United. He's only 26.
Yeah,
he's
but United fans, they've criticised him.
They always criticise their best players. They're just dumb. They're giving Arne so much grief this season, and Arne's been unbelievable for them. He's conceded. He's had more shots at him than any other goalkeeper in the Premier League. Rashford is. I mean, Rashford won them the game. I'd take Rashford over Diaz any day of the week. What a player!
Well, Alexander says the sub show that won't. The sub show they won't.
They weren't.
The sub show that they weren't prepared. That's what he's saying.
Yeah. So what do you think of that? And as Alexander says, don't show him too much grass in front of him. That's the Rashford. Just keep him at bay. So we should be blocking these fellas, out of the game. We should be. Man United are not that good.
We should have been 4-1
and that's why we were complacent today. You thought, I thought, everybody else thought that we'd stuff them. We just thought that, but we didn't. And that's complacency, no matter how you look at it.
Should have been out of sight, just like Man United, just like Man City, just like Man United at Anfield, just like Arsenal at Anfield. We should be out of sight in these games, but we haven't got the strikers that score the goals.
The finishes.
It's just the facts.
The finishes. And yes,
it's just the facts. We need to create better chances, do we? We create bloody really good chances in games. We just don't have the forwards to score the goals. I know we've scored loads of goals. And I know all our strikers are on 10 plus. I know that. But they should be on 20 plus with the amount of chances they get.
But it's the games like today, it's the games like last week that count, that really count. It's not the other night against Sparta, if you know what I mean. Put 5 past 6 past them. And it's just ridiculous. Yeah, we go to the Old Trafford today and then squander. We gave the game to them. We gave it. This is what I can't get over. That's the frustration that I've got. And to be honest, if we were playing Coventry and we got beat by Coventry, it wouldn't worry me. It wouldn't worry me. But it's United. Any other team, bar them, even if we played City, even Arsenal, and got beat by them.
I know it's United. I know. That's what hurts the most.
That's what's the most frustrating.
And anti-scoring as well. That hurts even more. But
it's just the way, it's giving them something to play for that annoyed me.
And it's giving them something to play for, and they've got us in the Prem next. That's what I hate the most. It's they've got this belief now that they might be able to derail our season. And if it's them that does it, I would be so pissed.
Yeah. The thing is about the league game, will they actually come out and attack us? Because today they had to. They weren't going to get anything from a 0-0 today, apart from extra time. So they had to come out and attack us. But will they do that in the... because they don't want us to have the 20, you know what I mean? As much as they probably wanted to beat Man City, they were pleased not to. So City could have the points. They don't want us to have this 20, do they? and they're going to do everything they can to stop us. But
And
I think we'll play better when we go back. I think we'll have them hopefully.
That game as well, I've got to go in a sec, but that game as well is smack in the middle of the Europa League game against Atalanta, by the way.
Was you agree? Yeah,
so we've got like 2 days. We've got like 2 days rest before that game, and then 2 days.
Please tell me that'll get fixed, because I've seen it for West Ham too. Just 2 days between the league and then the Europa League game, the 11th and the 13th. Tell me that's a joke. But
it's in between. No, but it's in between, which means that we've got the Man United game after the Europa League, and then we've got the Europa League after the Man United game.
Yeah.
But you agree here, T-Mac, before you go, if we have Jota or Ibu, we win that game.
Yeah, I even think if we had Curtis Jones, we'd win that game.
Yeah.
We just needed more control.
It's strange.
It was like a basketball game at one stage.
Yeah.
It was just back and forth. Like our left back and right back was so lopsided throughout that game. We played them on side a few times because of it. I just think we needed more control in that game. We just had knackered players as well. Like Robbo was knackered, Gomez was knackered, like Salah was knackered, Dominic Szoboszlai was knackered, McAllister's knackered. They all look really tired, all of them. Like it's just been played too much, and to be played on Wednesday was just dumb. It's just dumb. Sorry, just is.
Let's just hope we have international free injuries.
You really think Gomez isn't going to get injured for England?
I was
it's written in the stars, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just written in the stars.
When he wrong before, that's where he got injured last time, wasn't it? And then we had Robbo in the last internationals. We've had loads for internationals over the years. Us.
Virgil van Dijk playing for Holland.
Well, Alexander Delos says they don't want us to win, don't want us to get that number 20. And I think he's spot on, because I think everybody's against us. The refs, VAR, pundits, everybody. They would love to see us not get that title. They would. And I'm not being biased or stupid when I say that. I really believe that. They don't want us to win that 20. They don't want us to win anything, never mind that number 20. They won't want us to win the Europa League either.
I'm going to go anyway, guys, all right?
All right,
K-Mac.
All right. Yeah. Sorry, chat. I'm not right about everything. God, I'm not a bloody genius. I'm not a stato. I knew that the game was close to the European one. Fuck's sake. Some people. Sorry.
No, K-Mac, listen, honestly, it's all opinion. I get slagged off myself. It's all opinion, mate.
Yeah.
And, I
have other things to think
opinion.
about. I was thinking about a game that we watched today and stuff to talk about that. Well, I was saying that the game was close to it. It is close to it. It's 2 days.
2 days? Where have they got that from? That's going to be enough to play?
It's ridiculous.
Come on, no. Surely they'll change it because it's lopsided. We've got like 2 days, and then between the next league game and the second leg, there's like 5 days. Surely they could move it on one, so we can have. I don't know.
It's Liverpool. It's Liverpool. Why are they going to help us?
Yeah.
Just get us bloody Jota in. Get us Jota, Canate, and Jones back, and Trent, and we'll be fine. We need to keep that 4 fit. McAllister, Endo, Canate, and Virgil. We need to keep those 4 fit. Keep those 4 fit, and we're golden.
And we need Ali back.
Well, Lee Brady says
Kelleher was sensational today. Can't blame him for anything today. Like even that goal that they scored off his save, he had no right to save that. It was point blank.
Yeah,
he was brilliant again.
Well, Lee Brady says we had total control in the second half. What we were doing was working. Why change what's working well? Klopp got Twitter wrong on this occasion. Don't change what's working well, but he did with these. Everybody's going on about the subs. Everyone who's come on here has gone on about the substitutions, and he got it all wrong.
I don't agree with that, Albert. I thought their goal that won the game was just a really good finish. Like, it was right in the corner. He had no right. I'd love to see the XG on that, because I don't think he had a right to score that. Did you see it?
Yeah.
The goal that won the game. It was like a P roller right into the corner, but it was so well taken, and he hit it first time.
Yeah,
I can't blame
a lot of people saying a lot of people saying if Alisson was in goal, he would have saved it. They're saying.
I don't know. You know, I just thought that was a really good finish. I just thought that one of our players should have just brought him down, like their guy who took the ball off Elliott. Just pull him down. Take a yellow card. Don't care. Like, just take a yellow card. Like, they had free run from. I don't want to talk about that no more. All right, sorry guys.
I know we
big up, big up, and bless. Speak soon. All right.
So
the biggest thing for me was Klopp playing all the big players on Wednesday. I think that was just a massive
that's
error.
What we were saying at the beginning and in the middle and at the end, and he should never have played them. And again, what got me was playing Big Virgil. So therefore,
imagine if he got injured. Imagine if he got injured in that game. Jesus Christ.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree with Albert. I'll see you later, guys. All right.
I'll see you later, K-Mac. Thank you.
Send the link to Albert. Get Albert on. He's brilliant. But then again, you're finishing the second. It's like 3 hours. All right. See you later, guys.
I'll get Albert on once. I know Albert. I've seen him on the.
See you later, guys.
Okay. See you later. Ciao.
Okay.
Fucking hell! That's it.
Let's just don't let it ruin what we're doing, boys. Let's just keep smiling.
Yeah, we'll be all right. As I said before, it hasn't like killed me stone dead. We've lost to Man United, and it really has killed me. This today, I didn't want it to happen. It annoyed me when it happened, but I was just like, all right, okay. It's the FA Cup. So what?
We'll spank them up next game. We'll get them.
Well, Yusuf says, was he annoyed at me? No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't annoyed. It's just he has to go anyway.
We're just all pissed off.
Someone mentioned something, and it's about revenge is sweet. I forget what it was. Unfortunately, I'm trying to keep up with the bloody chat.
Frank's getting bombarded.
It's just so hard, I'm not well, even Albert says there, I don't blame him. I blame Elliott for the unprofessionalism. We've been discussing that.
Uncle Albert's quality.
It's just.
Frank, is it just you're just doing a Tuesday one, then that's it? We're having a couple of weeks holiday, are we?
Say that again.
Is it just Tuesday stream you're doing next, and then we're going to have a couple of weeks holiday? We're taking holiday pay, are we?
Oh, you mean for this break?
Yeah.
I don't think so. To be honest, because everybody else will be doing it, be wondering. Yeah. But it won't be like now, post-match, pre-match, and all that. I'll just be doing the usual Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Oh, Thursdays.
Just to keep it up.
Thought I was going to get holiday pay then.
I don't know what this means. These are when you speak your Paddian with passion. Speak your Paddian with passion. Yeah, someone thinks you sound, Lee. These sound.
Thanks, DW. A ringing endorsement. You have my profound, heartfelt gratitude in return.
Well, TW says, has Nunes done his hamstring?
I heard something about that earlier. Nunes is injured.
Fucking hell. That's all we need. Albert said, well, yeah, would you agree with this? Virgil was terrible this game, says Albert Boafo.
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't say so.
I wouldn't. Not really.
He's been better. He wasn't at his best. He's been better, but it wasn't like he didn't do too much wrong. It's just that he could have done better, I think.
Because it was his birthday, Lee.
Yeah, I just fancy Gomez for this game. And to be honest, I did for the City game, just for the experience. But it's great to see Giroud getting all this experience. And even though he's on the losing side today, it'll do him good. Life's not all made of gold, is it? You've got to have the bad stuff as well, even when you're a well-known athlete. And so, it does build character, to have different results for young players in games. You can't win them all. But I wanted to see Gomez with Virgil, and I think that would have looked more comfortable, and it's had more experience as a partnership. It's had a lot of experience.
I've got to say this. Look, I've got to read these comments out, right? And it's Norman Frank. K-Mac is going to come out with things that he says as fact when he is in fact wrong. He needs to take being told he is wrong. You see, it's how you word it, to be honest. Even if you say, I think you're wrong there, K-Mac, just something like that. But hey, you're wrong, it's how you word it. But, you Norman, and, you come up with...
We're just all opinionated. That's all it is.
Yeah. It is. And DW says, thank you, Lee. I'm sure that's your kid, isn't it, Lee? DW is your kid.
Yeah, little Lee, baby.
Yeah, Lee. And Ian McKay, Frank, I know how we speeds up Gakpo. Send him to that island on the Breed. Them German shepherds will sort him out. But do you remember that, Lee?
Oh.
Yeah.
Frank, Frank, have you ever seen the film with Tom Hanks in? It's what's it called? And he has a ball called Wilson, who he has with him on the desert.
Yeah.
That's Tony Gakpo. Wilson!
But you know who Wilson was named after, by the way?
No.
I'll tell you who was named. It was his idea, by the way. Because he has this ball, and it wasn't supposed to be in the film. And he said, "Can I have this ball? And can I name it Wilson? So I can talk to." Because he was thinking about his wife when he was away, filming on locations, and it was terrible to talk to her. Sometimes there was terrible phone disruptions and everything else, and he missed talking to her. And he said, "I'll just draw a face of this ball and talk to it, and I'll call it Wilson." And Wilson is his wife's name.
Oh, bloody hell. Do that.
All right.
Yep.
I didn't think his wife's wife's first name would be Wilson, because it's a strange one. Although you do get that a lot, don't you, where surnames are used as Christian names.
Yeah. And Norman says, looks like Lee is knackered. Tracy Neville been keeping him up all night.
I know, yeah, that's what it was.
You need a cup of coffee, Lee.
I'm hitting the hay after this. Been quite busy the last few days. Well,
DW say Lee needs his own channel. Yeah, Lee.
Oh.
Wouldn't mind.
And Tom Hanks has an actual Wilson. Yeah, it's his wife. That's his wife's name.
I never knew that.
It's well, anyway, lads, it's the way it is tonight.
No.
It's the way it is tonight, and that's the sad thing about everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, no matter how we think about it, no matter how we go through the game on our heads, it'll just drive you nuts. It will drive you nuts.
The quad is now off.
Sorry?
The quad is now off.
Yeah, but as I said, you know, the more frustrating thing about it all is that we got beat by United.
Yeah.
But we never got beat. We weren't outplayed. They weren't all over us. We gave them it on a plate. We said, yeah, there's the game, you can have that.
Yeah.
And as DW says, many in Hollywood marry coconuts. I think they're all bleeding coconuts over there, to be honest. And I can't, as Norman says, 6 European Cups. I won't say the and DW, thanks Frank, DW, amazed up that you came on the pod. But anyway, lads, I've got a history show tomorrow to do. You might like it, by the way. And,
I'll sign up for that.
but I've got a fella named Derek Shelmadine on in the first hour, and he's the music man. He's brilliant at the music, you know, talking about everything and anyone. And of course, my little mate Anthony Brown.
Oh, I love that.
He's a nice man, you know, he's great, international artist, absolutely brilliant. But I've got a good history show tomorrow. I think you'll be made up. I'm going to do a special history one a week tomorrow. And you will love it. It's going to be a cracker. I'm not telling you about it. I'm not telling you who I'm going to talk about. And TW, thanks for a great show, boys. Bring on Brighton. Let's go. Let's go again, of course. And Ian McHale. We go again, boys. On to Brighton. 3 points, bounce back with a bang. And Norman says, when is Billy Corkin? Oh, yeah, he's been I think he's been in a play. He's been in a play. And he was ill when he was supposed to come on. Anyway, I don't know. He'll come on anytime. He'll just get hold to Jason, and Jason will tell me then he could be on anytime. And Mark Simons, good night from sunny Gibraltar.
Like that.
I'm going to have a plaque here. Give Gibraltar back to the Spanish. And GW, you're welcome, mate. I'll be there. I don't know what that's all about. It will always drive us nuts, says GW, and that's the game today. It will. But we've always got that 5-0 at Old Trafford and the 7-0, haven't we?
Yeah.
They will never
to be honest. Yeah, and I'm over tonight's result already. I was over it like when he blew the whistle, to be honest, like, because we've got bigger fish to fry, as I said. We've already got one trophy. We got the League Cup. Let's get the others.
Yeah. Well, that's it. As Norman says, good night from Clifton Down Angles. It's not raining here, is it?
No, it's not raining in England.
No.
Oxford. Oh,
yeah, that's right. Do you know what? I forgot about it. You know, it's terrible having us on tonight because I never watched it. This is Moat, as DW says, promote Moat, Frank. Do you know what Moat is?
Yeah, it's George's show, isn't it?
Yeah, I watch it on DW every week. And DW says, it was about your history show, Frank. I don't think you promote Moat, but my history show. But anyway, lads, it'll be good. My history show tomorrow will be great next week as well. We're back on Tuesday, right? We're back on Thursday, but also on Thursday, we're doing the TV and film review.
So,
As who was it who said it? I think it was, who was it? I'm sure it was Ian McHale. You know, send him out to the, Gakpo.
oh, right, yeah.
Breathe. All right. We'll just get off, boys. Thanks so much, Darryl. Thank you so much, Lee. Thanks to JK. Thanks to K-Mac. Thanks to Stephen. He was quite good. But the chat was brilliant tonight. Some fantastic comments. And we're all a little bit deflated, but we can talk about the league. We can. And one thing I never mentioned again tonight was the gelling of this team. We're only gelling.
Yeah.
What other team could bring in a total midfield and a couple of other players and, be where we are today? Look at Chelsea.
Yeah.
See what I mean? Look how long it's taken Arsenal to gel. We're doing it this season. Just imagine what we'll be like next season. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
Anyway, lads, time for a cup of tea.
Oh, coffee for me.
Coffee for you.
Yeah.
What do you drink, Lee?
Tea, both but I prefer tea. I'm more of a tea drinker.
Yeah.
I might have one actually. I'm gonna have something else to eat, so I can sleep properly, fill me belly up.
Oh, and Frank, I love your jumper. I love your hoodie.
Which dish?
Yeah. Is that new?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I love it. I want one of them.
My cracker, Liverpool.
I want one of them.
I'm going to. What I'll do, I'll get details of this lad. And I've got two. I've got a black one. This is like a grey shiny one. A grey shiny. That's lovely material and warm.
Do they do big sizes, Frank?
Yeah, they do. Extra large. They do every size and extra large as well.
Oh, I'm 5XL, Frank.
Well, I'm just saying. I don't know how many, what sizes, but this is like an extra large. This.
Yeah, it's lush. I love it. Nice.
And the DW says, thanks, Frank.
Thanks, Frank.
And thanks, Darryl. Thanks, Lee. Thanks, Frank. Appreciate the stream.
Thanks, DW.
Thank you, DW. Thank you. And if you're ever looking next Sunday, well, we won't be on definitely I won't be on next Sunday. But get on to Moat, George Galloway. Absolutely brilliant. And you learn something, rather than the Western narrative. Have you noticed in my corner up there where Darryl is? You've got Free Julian Assange, haven't you?
Yeah.
Have you noticed you haven't heard about him? What are these?
So quiet, doesn't it?
It's been weeks. What are they discussing? You know, either set him free or send him over to those Americans. That lad's done nothing. He's just exposed the snidiness of covert.
The whole world knows that. They know that, don't they? That the whole world knows they shouldn't be holding them. You know, basically everyone that, not everyone, but you know where I'm coming from.
No, of course, yeah.
Everyone knows. Don't loads of balls.
But really, it's the establishment, and if you think that the establishments in America, the deep state, all the neocons, all the women are warmongers. You've never heard of Victoria Newlands, have you? She's horrible. Have you heard of Nikki Haley?
To be honest, I haven't heard of a lot of the current American politicians, although I do pay attention. Really prominent ones.
Hillary Clinton, warmongers, a lot of them. They're horrible. And I mean horrible. Misinformation, disinformation, propaganda, lies, and everything coming out of the mouths with this proxy war. And damn welcome, mates, and you know, to moats. And they are trading, Frank. They are scum. And it says they're allowing hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians dying to the last Ukrainian. They've actually come out and said that. They've stood back. These people have think of the names. Think of the names. Newland. Think of the names. Yellen. Think of the name. Haley. You know what kind of breed they are. And they're sitting back watching what's happening in Palestine, Gaza. Just think. It's just horrible. And they're sitting back, allowing this. I've seen some footage, and it's heart-rending. It's horrible. It's disgusting. And it's one of those things that, you know, you look at and you can't believe. There was one footage where there was a little girl and she's crying, you know, with her dad. And there's another little girl somewhere and crying at her mother. Both the mother and the father, you know, two separate kids, like, you know, not sisters. They're dying. These are little girls, 3 or 4 years of age, crying and looking up, and you know, the little minds are saying, "Help me, mum, help me, dad." Have you ever heard of a fella by the name of Michael Rappaport?
Oh yeah,
actor.
yeah, I remember him.
Actor. And he tweeted, "Show me the proof. Show me the details. You know, if these atrocities going on, this is what they're fucking like. This is what they're like. Show me the proof." Babies. I seen a film footage of a little child sitting next to rubble with her mother's legs sticking out, dead. And he's wanting proof and details. Sickens me. It really is annoying, you know. It really is. And I can't say too much on here. I can't say. I mentioned it once, 8 months ago. It was last year sometime, just once. I was warned.
Mad.
And as the DW says, I can't watch it. I can't watch that stuff. It's worse than watching Liverpool losing to Manchester United, says DW. Absolutely. But as he says, you're right there, Frank. Well, anyway, that's my little rant over. That's my little rant over. And I'll see you all on Tuesday, boys.
Will do, mate.
I'm looking tomorrow night, Lee. I think you'll enjoy it, you know.
Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow night.
You
I'll
would
be
as
there.
well. Sorry.
No, I was just saying I'll
like-
be there, like, for the history
Yeah, I'll be
show.
there.
I do enjoy history shows. With Derek being on as well, like, that's a good one, isn't it? Like, Derek with his
Yeah,
rock and
he's
roll
good.
stories.
He's good, Terry.
A little-
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be on. I'll be on, Frank.
Well, as my likes have gone up from 2 to 4. So at least 2 more likes to our show, boys.
Should be
it's
getting
a
a
hard
load
life,
more.
isn't it?
And as DW says, FFS, Frank, best, and it's best to stick to football. Yes. I'll give you details about that, boys.
Yeah, give me details, Frank.
It's good, that, isn't it, though?
I love it. I love it.
It's good. All right, then. And I'll see you Tuesday or tomorrow night, you know, to tune in tomorrow night. And thanks a lot, lads. Thanks a lot, chat. Thank you so much. These are lovely fellas and girls. And good night to all. This is sound sit off. This is a sound sit off. Sound sit off. What do you mean stuff? Anyway, see you, boys. I'll have to go. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Carol. Ciao.